Not but
Oh, that's weird.
Hey,
Take that again.
welcome to I Need Wrestling.
Just Brett. It's only Brett this week, everybody.
It's a solo show.
You're not hearing my voice. It's all an illusion.
You're a ghost.
I am.
A spooky ghost.
I am. I'm a Christmas ghost.
Full of ectoplasm.
I'm the ghost of wrestling present. I'm here to show you what the wrestling world would be, what the soon-to-be-named network would be like if I wasn't on it.
Aw. No, I wouldn't want that.
Well,
I don't want that.
okay.
Hey.
Less people would. Never mind.
I'm going to need a marshmallow.
Go ahead.
You know what? I'm going to need two.
Do it. Go ahead. I dare you. You won't.
They're mini.
I'm DJ. That's Brett. This is We Need Wrestling.
Marshmallow.
You're going to eat marshmallows. Do I have to move these marshmallows?
You might have to. I'm going to have to confiscate the marshmallow.
Make as much
Good sound effect.
Make as much noise as possible into the microphone. And
Yeah, I'm actually good on them. They're, after you eat two, they get a little dry.
yeah, well,
It's all the marshmallow
they're
dust.
those tiny marshmallows. They're an accoutrement, not a main feature. You know what I mean?
Sure, ça fait bien.
So, yes. Again, welcome to We Need Wrestling. I've apparently completely thrown off.
Yeah, what's going on with you?
I don't know.
What? I did the sip in the eye, and
Yeah.
you're all fucked up
It's all
now?
it messed with my head content.
Oh, God bless Michelle forever.
So
Keep her in your head content and prayers.
keep her in your head content and prayers. How are you, pal? I think that's let's go there. How are you?
Well, I'm good. I've officially entered my first week as a comic book reader.
That's true. If only this was a comic book podcast.
I know. If only there was a
Yeah.
comic book podcast on the soon-to-be-named
That's
network
true.
where I could give my thoughts on my comic book reading. No, nobody wants to hear that. I'm good, man. Shit's fucking cool. I don't know.
Okay.
Work's easy.
All right.
Life's cool. I don't know.
All right.
I've eaten good tacos this week.
Okay.
Went to Margarita Azul on
Nice.
Saturday,
Fancy boy.
and then again on Tuesday for dinner.
Okay.
Listen, I gotta get my chorizo tacos.
All right.
Shout out Margarita Azul, not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
On Paris Street in Wilkes-Barre.
There you go.
Used to be the
If you're ever in the
Used to be
area,
the old Tony Perugino's.
there you go.
They have real good Mexican food.
They do.
That's where we went for my birthday this year.
Yes.
Got eaten alive by fucking mosquitoes.
True.
This year.
They
That
did.
was
That
real
was a
bad.
disaster. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know. They have good fucking tacos. And
Okay.
I was like,
What else do you need?
hey, how about I'm just gonna get these tacos instead of going to Taco Bell?
There you go.
And it was real good.
Buddy, since you brought up Taco Bell,
You know what, man? I've been on a little bit of a Taco Bell dry spell.
I had Taco Bell the other day.
Yeah,
The double-decker taco's back
I saw.
for a limited time.
I was never a fan.
I like a double-decker taco. I like a double-decker taco so much that I had two from Taco Bell. And then we had tacos for dinner the other night, and I made my own.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not on like a Taco Bell didn't do anything. I
Yeah.
still love your Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I just haven't been eating it.
Yeah.
I've just been kind of trying to stay away from it.
I like my tacos with flavorless empty calories. So if you wrap it in a flour
Well,
tortilla,
well.
it adds like 100 calories and little to no taste.
Yeah, I mean, it's
So
not
I'm
like-
bulking up.
It's not like refried beans are the tastiest thing in the
Right,
world
that's
either.
true.
So
But they're the glue that holds the soft shell to the hard shell.
I'm gonna glue your.
Or you
fucking-
could do nacho cheese too, I guess. If you
Yeah,
want
I get.
it. I use the beans
double
at
cheese
home.
taco.
Yeah, I use the beans at home. That's when I made my own. I
Michelle's double bean.
put some
or double
Ducal, the
cheese.
Ducal refried black beans, the fancy ones.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I've just been. What have I been doing? I ate Wendy's yesterday.
We're just talking food. That's the
I
only
mean,
thing. Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
What's there to fucking do
I
right
had the
now? other
Baconator
than
on a
just,
pretzel bun the other day.
Yo, how good was
It
it?
was pretty good, yeah. I wanted to ask him for like lettuce on it because I want to be like, listen, I gotta have at least a vegetable in this fucking thing. Yeah, I do because
That's what ketchup's for.
because I like the I'm a Dave's Double guy, you know.
Ketchup. There's your fucking vegetable right there. It's just in a liquid form.
Yeah, give me the Baconator with the fixins. That'd be great, but they don't do that. The Baconator is just meant to be the Baconator, bacon up your ass.
That's why you order in the app because you can add all that shit on it.
Yeah.
Become an app boy.
Then I'm driving to Wendy's already. I don't want to whip out an app.
Why not?
Because then I got because when it comes to
Brother,
traffic accident.
listen. yesterday for lunch, I went to Wendy's.
Okay.
It was Wednesday, so
Yeah.
with the purchase, you get a free 6-piece nugget in the app.
Oh, really?
Yes. And
I got a 6-piece nugget with my Baconator because it's the only thing I ate that day.
and I looked up my reward points.
Yeah.
And if it's like 600 reward points, got myself a free spicy chicken sandwich.
Holy shit. Look at you.
All I bought was my lemonade.
Wow.
I got for like $4.
Wow.
$4 for a lemonade is a little
That's
fucking
right.
excessive.
Yeah.
But, hey, man.
Yeah.
Become an app boy.
All right.
Get on these apps, I'm telling you.
Milk lemonade, actually.
Get on to the McDonald's app and join the 25K points club. It's a very exclusive club.
I don't eat McDonald's enough.
You're a fool.
I don't really like it.
You don't like chicken nuggets.
They're not, so I like nuggets, but they're not my preferred fast food meal. So I don't. I just won't eat at McDonald's. Really, it's not. They are my least favorite of the fast food places. They are ranked below. Their nuggets are better than everybody else's nuggets.
Absolutely.
But I don't get nuggets regularly.
Become a nugget guy.
Nah, I don't want to become a nugget guy. I'm good.
You're not a nugget?
I'm not a nugget. Enough's enough, and it's time for change.
Enough's enough, and it's time for some wrestling.
But yeah, no, I'm not a nugget guy. So McDonald's the bottom of the barrel for me, brother. They got those thin little fucking fries that don't have any substance to them.
I don't really eat French fries.
Yeah.
I want to go for fast food anywhere. I just don't get French fries.
Really, really quick. This is a wrestling podcast, but really quick. Let's run this down. Best burger from the fast food joint. Who's got the best meat patty?
Out of like the normal ones, not like your outliers.
No, we're talking Burger King, Mr. Michael D's, and Wendy's, right? I think that's the because we don't really have you're not going to put Carl's Jr. in this fucking
Arby's
thing.
has a burger.
I've never had a burger but if you want to put Arby's on there,
I don't.
That's fine.
Wendy's.
Yeah, Wendy's has the best burger,
Best
right?
patty.
Square patty, right? Absolutely.
Who's got the best chicken?
The best chicken is the greatest fast food sandwich ever created. It's the original chicken long boy from Burger King.
So I'm a chicken long boy guy.
Yeah. It's the single greatest fast food sandwich ever created.
My Burger King fucked up my order real bad last time.
Oh, no.
So, all right. Here's how I order my long boy chicken. Because I went in the app. Buy one, get one free.
Okay.
So, look, you could be getting...
I could be getting double the chicken long boys.
Fuck, brother.
Yeah.
I order mine. This is just how I order it. Take the lettuce off because
that's blasphemous.
Their lettuce is a little fucking janky.
It's shredded and it's brown and it makes it better.
It's a little janky.
It's shredded and brown. It makes it better. Lettuce is supposed to be brown around the edges when you eat it. It's a little known culinary fact.
I had ketchup,
okay,
and cheese.
All right,
so it comes
blasphemous, but okay.
Comes with cheese, mayo, ketchup.
Yeah.
I pull one out of the bag. I eat it. I said, "Man, that's a fine sandwich."
Right.
I go to pull the other one out of the bag. I go, "This feels weird." I go, "It's like heavy."
Yeah.
Heavy. I pull the bun off, and there's fucking tomatoes on it.
The fuck's that
There's
about?
no ketchup. And I went through the drive-thru.
Well,
so you know what I did?
You just told me when I was complaining about vegetables on my Baconator that ketchup is the same thing. So you should.
That's not true.
You should.
I said that's just your vegetable.
Well, there you go. It's the tomato is just ketchup.
That's bullshit because I wanted ketchup on it already. Okay. So
just press the tomato real hard and you have ketchup.
I'm not going to sit there and punch tomatoes left and right. So so when I go on my lunch at Burger King,
fucking tomato puncher, you.
So what I do is I go through the drive-thru, and then there's a little parking area.
Yeah, sure.
So I pull over. I'm listening to some music, listening to some podcasts. Bibbidi bobbidi boop. So I eat my sandwich. I go to get the other one. I go no. So nah. So pull around, park, go inside. I was like, hey, here's my receipt.
Yeah.
I just did the mobile order.
Right.
This is wrong. It's supposed to have ketchup. This has 3 tomatoes on it. And she's like, all right, just give me a few.
Sure.
So okay. So she comes back, here's my sandwich. I look, I go, man, I gotta get back to work, aka my home, which you know where I live.
Sure.
I'm in a fucking an epic area for fast food. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm just gonna go upstairs, punch back in. I open my sandwich. There's fucking tomatoes on it again.
Oh man!
And it's a different sandwich. I just wanted to be like, you fuckers, you can't read.
No.
And this is what you want fucking $17 an hour? You my fucking ass, all right? My fucking
Maybe if they were paid
ass.
$17 an hour, they'd pay more attention.
I'm going to say no.
So did you take the tomatoes off, add your own ketchup, and call it a day?
Yes.
Okay, because when I get the chicken long boy,
I did. I actually, yes, I did. I had some ketchup.
I want chicken, and I don't add anything extra. But like, if I pick it up and it's slathered in mayo, I'm like, this is a good fucking sandwich.
See, I can't go heavy mayo.
Yeah,
that's why I get the ketchup on there.
Yeah,
so I put a little less mayo. Works out.
I need the heavy mayo. I need that tang.
Are you like the guy
I need that tang.
Like you get like a McChicken from McDonald's and you open up and you want mayo just slathered in the wrapper?
No, but I wouldn't complain.
Gross.
I wouldn't complain.
I'm not a mayo hater.
Yeah. It's food lube, brother.
I mean, listen, it's not like I would sit there with a warm bowl of mayonnaise and sip it with a straw or anything like Doug.
Sure.
Hey, Doug. I hope you're feeling good now.
So what's your favorite fast food chicken sandwich then? And we're going to get to wrestling eventually. Because like everybody has that new chicken sandwich, and like the Popeyes one that then everybody copied.
Probably the Popeyes one.
Yeah,
the Popeyes spicy.
Yeah,
Popeyes blackened chicken sandwich.
Okay,
spicy.
Yeah,
will fuck you up.
Sure.
I'm telling you right now, dude. I ate it once. My mouth was on fire.
So I like the Wendy's chicken
Wendy's
sandwich
spicy
too. Those are good. Those are good. That's when if I'm in the mood for a chicken sandwich and I'm not within arm's length of a Burger King, I go with the Wendy's, because Wendy's is kind of my go-to, right?
So
I like Wendy's fries, but Burger King has the best fries to me. I like their thick boy fries with the soft middle.
Yeah, I just don't get fries anymore.
Yeah,
ever since kidney stones, they told me to not eat French fries as much.
Okay.
And me being a complete moron, I'm like, well, that means I could never have it again.
Yeah, sure.
But what the fuck was I going to say?
How has that worked out for you?
So, my stone was the last time I had it. Different type of stone.
Oh yeah, It was like a diamond.
It was
sapphire.
A ruby. So normally I get calcium oxalate.
Yeah.
This one was uric acid.
Oh, okay.
So
who knew that uric acid could form a stone?
Sure can.
So what's that one about now? What do you got to stop to do to handle this one?
Don't know yet.
Okay.
I have a doctor's appointment early January. So it was just more like hey, like, don't eat like cut down on red meat.
Okay.
Which like he's like, listen, like, I'm not saying you don't have to.
That means more chicken long boys for you.
I mean, essentially, right?
Yeah, right.
But he's like, he's like, I'm not saying like you can never, like, you can't have like a burger or a steak every other day. He's like, just don't do it every day.
Yeah. Right.
Even so, he's like, you need a cup of coffee in the morning, drink a cup of coffee. He's like, don't drink 7. I was like, all right. I'm like, I don't really drink coffee in the morning anyway, so I'm like, I drink it once or twice a week.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a uric acid.
You're just full of stones.
Brother, if you
just really before we get to
wrestling, by the way, best chicken sandwich if they weren't complete piles of shit, would be Chick-fil-A.
I've never had a Chick-fil-A sandwich, and I never will.
I had it before they really started hating people. That I knew it became knowledge to me.
Sure.
Their chicken was out of this fucking
it must be, right? That line's always curled the fuck around.
Crazy.
I got a Dunkin' the other day. I was tired after my chiropractor. We're gonna get to wrestling, I promise everybody. I was like, I'm gonna go to Dunkin', but on my way up to the comic shop. And so I stopped at Dunkin', and I got the spiced cookie cold brew, or cold iced coffee with the cold foam.
Shit.
The iced coffee, spiced cookie with they got like a sugar cookie cold foam. And I ordered all that, but I forgot to say any of the stuff like that I want in it.
1 cream, 1 sugar.
Yeah, I forgot all that, and I was just like, she's like, pull around. I'm like, oh, cool, no problem. I also got bagel bites. Disgusting.
Yeah, I would never get any food.
Fucking disgusting.
Dunkin' Donuts.
I bit into one, and I was like, Todd's gonna be so disappointed.
Yeah, dude, no,
disgusting.
Todd's right about that.
But anyway, I got the coffee, and she handed it to me, and I guess like the spiced cookie is like their brown sugar and their vanilla, like they do like a combo, and they put oat milk in it.
Yeah, they do. They do oat milk.
It was fucking delicious.
Very good. Yeah.
I didn't say hit me with the oats.
I had that.
But she hit me with the oats.
I had that Saturday morning actually.
And I drank this coffee faster than I've drank a coffee in my entire life. It was wonderful. It was also full sugar. Normally I only go like 1 and 1. Yeah. This is like 8 and 2 or whatever. But,
I've also been making a conscious effort to go support my local coffee shops.
Oh, look at you!
Yeah. Trying, man.
Yeah.
Been going to Pour in Wilkes-Barre, Troy Street Coffee Company in Wilkes-Barre. Again, not sponsors, but if you live in the area, we have some very good. We have some very, very good local coffee spots.
Yes.
Abide Coffee House. That's another one in Wilkes-Barre. Go support your local coffee places. Just go support your local businesses.
Yes, and Dunkin's Toy Chest. Anyway, so
it would be easier if they had an app, though.
All right, let's talk wrestling now. Are we ready to do this?
Sure.
All right. Now that we've got all that out of the way, do you have any news to talk about?
I don't.
Okay, hold on. Pro wrestling news on the Google machine. Hitting the news button. We ready?
Do it.
So the first thing here is about Dave Meltzer, the Wrestling Observer, and it's all about the WWE Raw TV rights shit. And here's what I'm going to say about that. Nobody knows what the fuck's going on. Yep. It's all purely fucking speculation.
Yeah.
And I spent a lion's share of this week thinking about how I want to find a way to cultivate and create an online personality for myself as the anti-Dave Meltzer.
So you want to cultivate a personality?
No.
Look in my eyes.
I mean, not that I wouldn't mind hanging out with Cora Jade, but
well, I mean, listen, you give me the fucking choice to hang out with Cora Jade or like I don't know, fucking Bull Buchanan's kid.
Right.
I'm picking Cora Jade.
Once CM Punk has that Instagram picture with Xia Li, then we'll talk, pal.
Your heart's gonna break.
I know. I'll come for him. That son of a bitch.
Oh, she's not in NXT anymore. You're all right.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
She's thriving on SmackDown.
She's on the main roster. She knows what she doesn't need his help.
Yeah.
I want to be the anti-Dave Meltzer. I was even thinking about what do I have to do to start the like Wrestling Preserver newsletter.
Okay.
And just put out bullshit because nobody fucking knows.
No, they don't.
And Meltzer stinks out loud. But that's where we're at.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to end up on Warner Bros. Discovery. That's great. Kushida signed with TNA. That's a little piece of news.
Hey, Eddie Edwards re-signed with TNA.
Listen, they got to spend that CM Punk money somewhere.
Spreading it around.
Or
And
the
Will
Ospreay money. Apparently, they made a bigger offer to Ospreay than a lot of other places, but whatever. Let's see. The Undertaker names his Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling tag teams. Let's hear what Mean Mark has to say.
Tim, when are you going to listen to that fucking podcast?
Right?
The Dead Man Talking.
All right. So let's see. This is fucking long, but let's see. Latest installment of 6 Feet Under podcast, I guess is what it's called. I've put people on. I've taken them off. I've had enough time to think about it. I'm still not sure I got it right, but this is my opinion. I'm going to start my Mount Rushmore tag team with the two most important members of the Four Horsemen, Tully and Arn Anderson. You can just call them the Brainbusters, pal. They worked in unison. My goodness, they had it all. Okay, they had the promos. They were chicken shit when they needed to be. Was that number? Okay, this says number 1. He's going to start there, and then it looks like he jumps to number 3. Let's see. Coming in at number 3. He's going backwards, I guess. Midnight Express with Jim Cornette, of course. And he mentions Bobby Eaton and Stan Lane. And my number 2, the Rock and Roll Express. Yes, so he's going backwards. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. My number 1, there's no pop like a Road Warrior pop.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I guess the Hart Foundation is here in the image too, and so are the Rockers. Whatever. I don't disagree completely. Rock and Rolls would definitely be on my list. Road Warriors would be on my list too. I guess Midnight Express would. Yeah, I mean, why not? Tully and Arn wouldn't be though.
No,
I don't think so. I think as great as they are as a tag team, they work better. I like them and as a unit of 4. And everybody knows that J.J. Dillon is the most important member of the Horsemen.
That's fair.
Anyway, let's see. Eddie Edwards, we already said that. Tetsuya Naito wins 2023 Tokyo Sports MVP Award.
Saw that.
Good for him. Let's see what else. I'm on the second page here, which is always great. Let's see. Iron Claw's coming out soon. There's a bunch of news about that.
I saw the premiere where John Cena was there, and Baron Corbin, and Liv Morgan.
Yes, Osamu Kido died. Japanese wrestling legend.
That.
Rest in peace. Big Little Brawler's coming to the Discovery Channel. Did you see this?
No, I have no idea what that is.
The Micro Wrestling Federation is getting a television show on the Discovery Network.
Oh.
I think it's going to be like a more like reality show, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But that has like Pinky Shortcake and Psycho.
Pinky Shortcake.
Ivar the Micro, Lil Show. There's also like Tiny Elvis. I think there's a Little Brock too. I follow them on Instagram.
Yeah.
But that's it for the news. Do you want me to go to a page 3? Nobody wants me to go to a page 3.
When you get to page 3, you're getting real desperate.
Yeah, page 3 is just the same stuff repeated over and over again. Doop-a-doop-doop. That's the news.
Dooba-doop-doop indeed.
That's a news sound.
Biatch. All right, well, let's get into some wrestling, I guess. Is that what you want to do?
The way it's supposed to be done.
Sorry about your ears, everyone.
I'm not. Sorry about your ass. Right. Yeah, let's talk wrestling. I guess that's what we're here to do, right?
Yeah, so...
You watched way more than me this week.
I sure did.
So you lead this show.
So I'm going to start off with a little Impact Wrestling.
I'm going to let you finish. Oh, sorry.
Impact Wrestling held their Final Resolution event.
They're going to say final show.
It is.
Yeah.
It's legit the Final Impact Wrestling show.
Oh, yeah, because they're becoming TNA again.
Starting January 1st. And they're done for the year.
That's right.
So, like, I think their TV, they're just showing some shit that they never showed before.
Oh, is this isn't the show where they signed Trent Seven?
This is.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, did I just spoil your thing?
No, you didn't. You're good.
We weren't going to have a big Trent Seven
talk.
Stay tuned for the end of the show for the best of the top 3 Trent Seven matches of all time.
No, thanks. Yeah, so I watched the main event. It was
he in Mustache Mountain?
He was.
Him and Tyler
Bate and Pete Dunne. Or no, just him and Tyler Bate because Pete Dunne was he was like feuded with them. Mustache Man, they were good. Main event: Josh Alexander, teaming with Zack Sabre Jr.
Okay.
Against the Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh, all right. That sounds cool.
So, dude, the match was really good. Mm-hmm. This crowd was so fucking weird.
Yeah.
So, it was in Toronto.
Is Shelley still champion and Saban's ex-champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Good for those guys.
So awesome, right? So, the match, like, again, the match was really good.
Yeah.
The crowd, man, was super weird.
Yeah.
There was one, like, big Josh Alexander super fan there who was holding up a sign that said, like Josh Alexander's God's gift to pro wrestling.
Oh. Was it a lady?
No.
Oh.
It wasn't.
With the lady.
Ooh, with the lady. And like he would start random like walking weapon chants during the match.
Okay.
By himself.
Like walking weapon.
Yeah.
Okay.
At one point, it was Zack Sabre Jr. and Chris Sabin in the ring.
Did he smell like ketchup? Could you smell him through the?
Oh, that piece of shit! It was like, it was Sabin and Sabre were wrestling.
Yeah,
and he started a walking weapon chant, and everybody just looked at him like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" At one
Chris
point,
the walking weapon Sabre.
Yeah, Zack the walking weapon Sabre Jr.
Yeah.
It was just so fucking weird. The crowd was. It just felt like half-hearted for some reason, and it bummed me out.
Okay. Well, so they do. They're still studio based, right? So do they do a couple shows back to back?
This was in Toronto.
Oh, okay.
This was, I think, just a one-off.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just this crowd. I don't know, man. They were fucking weird. They didn't. It felt like they just never fully got into it.
Yeah.
But again, the match was really good. I mean. And we kind of had a discussion in the Discord this week, the soon-to-be-named network Discord.
Yes.
About Impact and TNA in general. This sparked when the Kushida announcement got made that he signed officially with TNA, which Tokyo Sports clarified he could still work New Japan if he wants.
Okay.
It's
not in America.
It's just exclusively in America he's a TNA.
Yeah.
So we kind of discussed Impact a little bit, and, the move back to TNA, people think it's like a mover and shaker of a move. I don't. But it is like they do have a lot of wrestlers I like.
For sure.
I mean, look at this main event. I like all 4 of these guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they also feature, like, Bully Ray and Tommy Dreamer.
Right.
And,
yes.
like, I mean, I think he's harmless, but like Johnny Swinger.
Johnny Swinger. Never heard of him.
And it is kind of weird, like, hey, it's 2024.
Right.
What are we doing, guys?
Well, and that's the thing, like, I get, like, I mean, I don't get, I wouldn't do this, but, like, You get Bully Ray, you get free publicity on Busted Open.
I guess Tommy Dreamer's on that show too.
Yeah. Tommy looks awful.
Yeah, he should stop.
But yeah, like as Impact, when you look at their roster, like you could probably make a real run.
Mm-hmm. They have a lot of good wrestlers.
I think a lot of people would turn off the TV when they see Brother Ray Deadly.
It's weird though, because maybe I don't understand Impact.
Maybe it's the other way. Maybe we're wrong.
And that's what I was kind of explaining. I went back to the shows we went to this summer.
Yeah.
Well, we went to the Impact New Japan show, and how we said, like, man, the crowd is just so weird.
It's true. Yeah, we had said, like, we don't understand wrestling crowds anymore.
Like, actively cheering Sami Callihan. Right. And I don't get it.
They did shit all over Enzo Amore. Well, I guess that was the night before.
That was the night before. That's a different show.
That's true.
So, yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm never going to be a religious Impact watcher.
No.
I just can't.
Right.
That's Ed. That's his deal.
Yes, right.
But when stuff like this pops up, I'm going to watch,
Sure.
Josh Alexander and Zack Sabre against the Motor City Machine Guns. Fuck yeah, dude.
I think Alexander's wrestling Ospreay again, too.
He is. So they're doing Hard to Kill in January, and then I think the next night it might be Snake Eyes.
Okay.
Which that's the show. It's going to be Ospreay Alexander 2. And then Okada is teaming up with Motor City Machine Guns to go up against Moose. Brian Myers, and I can't remember who else.
PCO? I don't know.
I know. I just don't remember. Wow, that's fucked up. I wish I remembered.
Is it Eddie Edwards? I bet you it's Eddie Edwards.
It is Eddie Edwards. Yeah,
former GSC champion Eddie Edwards.
Yeah, the pride.
Yeah,
the
right.
Pride of Noah. Eddie Edwards
should be banned from wearing green.
Yeah,
son of a bitch.
But yeah,
have some respect for yourself, Eddie Edwards. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's just going to be one of those I'll pick and choose for TNA. They're never going to get me to watch like a full show ever.
Yeah.
But they, I know we're getting towards the end of the year, and they had some stuff this year that we both liked. Obviously Shelley winning the titles.
For sure.
The Shelley Alexander matches were good. The Ospreay matches that he's had there have been really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
They have a nice core, but, their women's division is pretty good. Naomi's the Trinity. She's the champ.
Yeah. Did you know that Scott D'Amore and Giselle Shaw were a couple?
Did not.
Apparently for like 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
And to that I say, good for you, Scott D'Amore.
Yeah, I did not know that.
I was shocked. I thought people were just making shit up, and I was like, well,
I saw that the other day too. And I go, we're just saying things to say now.
We're just rolling.
We're really just saying things the same at this point.
We're just mad-libbing shit all over the place.
I guess not.
So
good. Well, good for them.
I hope
they're healthy and happy.
I hope the picture that she got with us made him jealous.
There you go.
He was probably, who are these two studs?
who are these studs?
Yeah.
So, from SmackDown.
Yes.
The only thing I have.
Yeah.
As a shocker.
The Shocker was on?
Yes, the Shockmaster himself. CM Punk.
Okay, right.
Cut his promo in front of the troops.
Okay.
So...
Was this the one where he talks about not punching people in the back?
Yeah.
That was just a couple days ago?
Yeah,
that was a week ago?
That was Friday.
Christ.
Yeah, I know.
What an incredible amount of discourse this man happens to create. And
it's unreal.
Or is created on his name. Yeah, it's wild.
People...
Remember, he's not one of the biggest draws. Just remember that. He's not. Just remember that. He's just not. He's just not. He's not.
Me and Howard the Dave had a little disagreement.
Uh-oh.
Howard the Dave's like, that sucked. That promo was lame as fuck.
Okay.
And I was like, dude, like he literally mentioned 7 different guys, and you could set a path for 7 different things going forward. I was like, what do you want, man? Like, I don't know what you want. Like, this is his second appearance back.
Yeah.
Like, he mentioned Randy Orton, LA Knight, both of the Usos, Roman Reigns, Cody, Solo Sikoa. Like, he laid out Seth Rollins, laid out a lot of different angles you can go. I was like, that's what you're supposed to do. And to me, that reflects WWE right now. Their top of the card is pretty strong.
Pretty strong, right.
They have a lot of different ways that it can go. So this was him, like, teasing, like, where am I going to sign?
Right. So, and here's the thing. I didn't watch it because I don't watch, which we'll talk about in a bit. But I did see the part where he made reference to Kevin Owens hitting somebody backstage, and
yeah, so that's been like the thing where he's been like randomly punching Grayson Waller,
right,
and
like
Theory.
anger issues, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, I don't know if I could trust somebody who punches people backstage in 2023. It's whatever."
Yeah.
And it went over like a fart in church.
Yeah.
And that's all I saw of it, and I was like, "Well, that's okay." Like, it wasn't good, but it's fine. I can't speak on the rest of the promo. But I think a lot of people are right when they look at that and say that, like, the reason why it didn't go over is because WWE fans honestly don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's like maybe they just don't,
right? Like,
and it was a tribute to the Troop show too.
Right.
So there's a lot of like,
Right.
hey, we're just here to have a night out.
Right.
Like, thank you, Troops, we love you, but like,
Right.
we're just here to have a night on the town.
Yeah, and I just think it was just like, it wasn't like there's like, yeah, I don't follow, I don't understand. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not staying up till 2 a.m. watching scrums like us idiots
like
do.
you other psychos.
I don't understand what this means, so I don't understand. But, whatever. It's Phil. Phil's gonna Phil.
Phil gonna Phil.
Phil's gonna Phil.
And he had like backstage, him and Cody met up. Mm-hmm. Backstage.
Oh, I saw the thing where he said to Kofi, he was like, "You're making me crazy" or whatever,
Yeah.
and then
backstage,
I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, him and Orton and LA Knight all interacted.
Yeah.
Him and Kevin Owens interacted. So the whole like, how's it gonna work out? Like, relax, guys.
Yeah,
It's gonna work out.
I don't like Phil. The reason why I can't talk on these promos is because I'm just not. I watch him wrestle when he has matches, but like I'm not going to tune in. He's not enough of a draw for me.
So he's not a big draw. That's what you're saying.
Yes, right. He's not one of the biggest.
Funny
draws.
the way that works,
Right.
huh?
If only I follow the rules. Anyway, I think everybody's biggest problem with him is that like for CM Punk, the stuff he says does. I think people wanted Phil to be Phil when he was on the outs with the company a decade ago.
Yeah.
And this is Phil very in the company with a new contract on his best behavior.
Yeah.
So like you're not going to get Phil dropping pipe bombs and making fun of Hunter, and like
it's gonna take a bit.
It's tough because you can say like, well, yeah, it's disingenuous for him to call WWE home when he literally drugged them and sued them and all that, right? But also, he's being told what to say. And he's on his best behavior because they're on his best behavior.
Yeah.
And the man wants to make some money and blah, blah, blah. And now that has somehow spiraled this week into Phil made the call to Warner Brothers.
Right? Like,
because Zaslav loves him or whatever. And he got the talks with WWE, and WWE's going to go to Warner Brothers because Phil wants them to.
Yeah. Because
Phil wants to eliminate AEW for how they treated him. And he's making this happen so that AEW goes away.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, because AEW hasn't signed a new deal yet because their deal's up at the end of 2024. And I'd be like, listen, let's talk about how contracts work a little bit. New fiscal years are coming up, everybody.
Yep.
The talks are going to happen if they aren't already. But like,
and there's the big thing with Warner where they're kind of waiting on the NBA contract because that's the big fish there,
Right. And the other side of that, and I saw somebody say this, I don't remember who it was, but somebody was like, listen, AEW will end when the billionaires who own it say, I'm sick of losing money.
Yep.
Because I also saw the report of like, AEW is losing $30 million.
That's nothing to them.
Nothing.
That's me pulling out a fucking $10 bill out of my pocket. Like, I'm sorry, it's nothing to them.
It's nothing. So I mean, the Jacksonville Jags just had a dude steal like what $200 million from them or something.
Yeah, like 20-some million.
Right, it was 20-some million.
Yeah,
fucking hilarious.
Buying cars, and condos.
But yeah, like everybody needs to calm down. I think a lot of people, even sometimes me included, forget how to watch wrestling and realize that you don't need to be involved in the discourse. Mm-hmm. You don't need to be reading the discourse. You don't need to be listening to what Dave Meltzer or Nick Hausman or that guy with the lopsided eyes or
guy with the lopsided.
Yeah, who just got arrested. His one eye's way lower than the one.
Or Sean Ross Sapp.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like a lot of these, like if these guys, they have inside scoops and whatever, and they have their fucking leakers and whatever that happens to be. But you don't to enjoy wrestling, you don't have to have that aspect of it too. And you particularly don't have to give it so much weight that you do. Let things, my enjoyment of wrestling does not involve what logo's on the bottom of the screen.
Yep.
My enjoyment of wrestling doesn't I'm not like, that match was real good, but when are they going to sign that? Like, that match is 5 stars, but it's 4 because they haven't signed a TV contract yet.
Yeah, right.
I don't give a shit, really. But I also do get caught up in it, so I understand getting caught up on it. It exhausts me. I'm exhausted this week by it. But I guess that's what people like. I don't know.
Here's the thing, man. If you honestly want either company right now to fail,
right.
You're kind of an asshole.
Right, that's the weird thing, too. I see that. I saw that a lot this week. I don't see so many, and again, not that I'm the end all be all of this, right? But I don't see a lot of AEW stans being like, I can't wait for WWE to go out of business.
Because you have to be realistic, and that's not going to happen.
But I do see a lot of WWE fans saying, I can't wait for AEW to die. And it's like, but what threat are they to you actually?
Yeah,
because if anything, they've made your product better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because listen, go back 5 years, 6 years, and look at the dark times of WWE without competition.
Yep.
Look at the end stages of the WWE without competition. It fucking sucked.
Not great.
Sucked.
Yeah.
So now, again, I don't watch, but you talk about it on here, you'll tell me about it. There's good matches, there's good storylines, there's good programs. They're doing the Roman thing, the Gunther thing, all that. You weren't getting that kind of shit for a little while.
No.
And the harder that AEW leans into wrestling, like they hopefully fucking seem to be doing.
Yep, agreed.
The harder that WWE is going to try and have their mix be a little different sided.
Yeah.
They're never going to go full on wrestling. No. But if it's a 70-30 mix, sports entertainment to 30% wrestling, and AEW's ratings start to go up and people start talking because they're leaning into the wrestling really hard and it's going up, then the WWE's mix is going to become 60-40. So they're not, they're not stupid. They're definitely going to follow what people like.
Yeah, and
I don't want anybody to go away.
And on the main shows this week, I honestly didn't watch a single match,
right?
Because that'll lead us to Raw. I'll talk about NXT a little bit after this. But Raw, again, Punk comes out, signs a contract with Monday Night Raw.
He's a Raw boy. He's a Raw boy.
He's a Raw dogger. And then immediately Seth Rollins comes out.
Right.
Rollins cuts a good promo.
Yeah.
Which
I have been told was all shoot, and that he really, really hates him.
Yeah, because they didn't hash it out this week at Rollins' house or anything.
No.
What? Huh? Yeah, Rollins just cuts a good promo. He's like, I hate you.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to tell you every fiber of my being, I hate you.
Right.
I hate what you've done.
Yeah.
I hate that you tried to tear this place down.
Yeah.
From
a guy whose entrance music is literally burn it down.
Exactly. It was just, and then a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, he's ripping off Hangman Adam Page's promos." It's like, dude, it's a fucking little it's a little Easter egg, man. That's all it is.
Right.
That's literally all it is.
Right.
You want to put the two together and enjoy it more? Great, dude. That's awesome.
Also, Eddie Kingston was the first guy to tell Punk that nobody wanted him in the
Yeah,
locker room.
if you go back and you watch, it was Eddie who did that. Right.
Punk just knows he can't step to Eddie.
Yeah, dude, that program was so fucking good between those two.
It really was.
It was so short, and it was both of them. I was like, this is what I fucking want. Watching that Brian Zane video this week, really fired me up. But yeah, again, promo's good. Rollins just going off on Punk,
Mm-hmm.
and then Punk just going, "You done?" And he's just like, "All right, hey Adam Pearce, I'm putting myself in the Rumble." And he just goes, and Rollins, you better watch out, because if I win that thing, I'm coming for you.
Oh, because he doesn't want Roman. He knows better.
Well, of course. I was like,
because Cody's got to finish the story, brother.
And it was funny. And Punk, he says, he's like, that's your one free pass of disrespecting me to my face. So I was just like, all right.
So Punk wins the Rumble, Cody wins Elimination Chamber. Is that how we're looking?
Maybe, I guess. Okay. I don't know what Elimination Chamber is going to be for.
Right. I think, isn't the winner of Elimination Chamber gets the main event Mania, right?
I don't know.
I think that's how they do it these days.
Not sure.
What they should do is just have 2 Rumbles. They should have 2 men's Rumbles and have Punk win one and Cody win the other.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
We'll get 3 Rumbles on the show.
We'll just do the Rumble.
Fuck it, do 4 Rumbles on the show.
Well, you just do the Royal Rumble, but the last 2 guys get to go on to pick belts they want.
Oh, I would hate that so much. All right, so that, I, again, didn't watch really anything else from Raw.
Yeah.
I did watch NXT Deadline though.
You're
on
a crazy
Saturday.
person. You're fucking nuts.
Listen, man, I was home and there was no fucking football on.
Yeah.
No basketball on. What else am I gonna do? I'm gonna fucking watch
I
that.
can do some things, but okay.
No, I'm good. I don't need to watch fucking Christmas movies. I don't care.
Okay.
So I did watch most of this, except I did not watch the main event because I ain't watching a Baron Corbin main event, brother.
Oh boy.
But I watched 3 matches. One on the pre-show.
Okay.
Axiom
Okay.
versus Nathan Frazier.
Hey, who the fuck's Nathan Frazier?
Do you remember?
Do you remember?
It was like 1 or 2 matches in AEW. Ben Carter.
Yeah.
That's Nathan Frazier.
Why?
Because he didn't sign with AEW. He took the WWE deal instead.
Yeah, but why Nathan Frazier?
I don't know, brother. And he's a Rollins trainee.
Oh, Henry?
Yes, trained under the tree of Henry. I wish I trained under Henry Rollins. But yeah, dude, I'll tell you what. This felt like a match you could have put on the first hour of Nitro in '96.
Okay.
Just a cruiserweight fucking blitz.
All right.
I was like, dude, this.
Would
this
you call it a
really
Blitzkrieg?
No, there's only one and only. I wish he would come back.
Weren't there 2 and only? I think there were.
What, 2 Blitzkriegs?
Wasn't there a second Blitzkrieg?
No, there was only one Blitzkrieg.
Are you sure?
In WCW.
Are you sure? I think Blitzkrieg was 2 guys.
I'm pretty positive there was only one dude from California.
Okay, hold on.
But anyway, with this match, it really did feel like this could have just been a cruiserweight match on Nitro in '96, which kind of just makes me want to watch Cruiserweight Division from '96. But it was really good. A lot of flippy doos. It was fast as fuck, boy. And Axiom beat Nathan Frazier. It was good.
Okay.
Are you stoking up Blitzkrieg?
I am, yeah. I could have swore there was a second. There was 2 Blitzkriegs. Wasn't Jack Evans a Blitzkrieg? Yeah. Jack Evans. Jack
in
Evans.
WCW.
No.
Then it don't fucking
But Jack
matter.
Evans became Blitzkrieg later on.
Keep that shit moving. That don't matter.
In 2004,
Oh, okay.
in California, he retired and allowed Jack Evans, who was inspired by Blitzkrieg to become a professional wrestler, to assume the gimmick and attire.
That's insane.
So there was, in fact, 2 Blitzkriegs.
Not
Just
WCW, there wasn't.
Correct.
So it doesn't fucking count.
Sure.
I watched 2 matches to talk about from the pay-per-view. Both the Iron Survivor matches.
Okay.
So the Iron Survivor matches are 2 people start. I believe it's 5 minutes, and then every 5 minutes, another person enters the match. You take a pinfall or submission, you have to go in the penalty box.
Yes.
I believe for a minute or a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes.
Yes.
Basically, all 5 people come out. You're at like 20 or 25 minutes. Then there's a 5-minute period where everybody's just doing their thing.
Okay.
Whoever gets the most falls at the end of the match, you're the winner.
Okay.
So-
I remember we watched one of these.
Yeah. I remember when we watched it,
Didn't
first
they
one.
lock somebody in the room in the one we watched the one time or something?
They did. I like that. So the women's match, it was Blair Davenport,
Okay.
which
B.
is
Priestley.
B. Priestley.
Yes.
Forgot she exists. Fallon Henley. Don't know who that is. Kawani Jordan. I know that name because of Tim and Marcus.
Okay.
Lash Legend.
Lash Legend, right?
Do you know Lash Legend?
Absolutely.
She's the one. Recently, the clip was just going around where she body slammed Otis.
Right. She was around when
Yeah.
2 Point Glow started.
And Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany Stratton. The blonde with the, yeah.
She had that match with Becky Lynch. The one
right,
NXT
right.
where it was
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
a good plunder brawl.
The one that like people are comparing her to Mariah May
Yes.
because they're both blonde, attractive ladies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I watched this. I thought it was good, not great. Blair Davenport wins.
Okay.
She gets attacked by somebody. I think maybe Cora Jade at the end, or somebody got attacked by Cora Jade.
Sure.
There's a lot of moving pieces in the women's division. I don't really fucking know all of them.
Right.
But I just know B. Priestley. And sure,
Yeah.
good to see she's still out there doing her thing, I
How's
guess.
Jason Priestley doing?
I don't know.
Okay.
But the one I do want to talk about for sure is the men's Iron Survivor
The
match.
men's.
Trick Williams. Oh, yeah,
Yes.
by the way, if you win it, you're number 1 contender for the title.
Okay.
Trick Williams,
Uh-huh.
Braun Breaker,
Okay.
Dijak,
Wait, who the fuck did Corbin wrestle in the main event if Braun Breaker's in this?
Ilya Dragunov.
Oh.
Yeah, so Dijak,
Okay.
Josh Briggs,
Okay.
and Tyler Bate.
Oh, Tyler Bates still there.
DJ,
Yes.
this fucking rocked,
Yeah?
man. It
Good.
was so fucking good.
Okay.
Dijak and Briggs started off, and they were just hossing each other left and right.
Yeah.
When Braun Breaker hit the ring, he fucking decimated these people.
Oh, yeah?
Spearing them left and right. He caught Tyler Bate out of the air off a springboard with a spear. He got 3 falls in like the first 30 seconds.
Nice.
Dude, it was actually like sick.
Why is he on the main roster? Usually when you lose the NXT title, you get put up to that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. Trick Williams, hey man, this dude is the next big deal. I think.
You think so?
Crowd is so into him.
Okay. He was Carmelo Hayes' like lackey, right?
Yeah, and I guess they've been running a little bit of an angle where Trick got jumped and they thought it was Hayes, but then it was supposed to be Lexus King.
But it was the Devil.
Oh, by the way, the Lexus King match with Carmelo Hayes fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, it fucking sucked.
Oh, and then afterwards, when he lost, he's like, thanks for the PLE appearance or whatever.
Thanks for the PLE spotlight. Like, go away.
What the fuck is going on with that guy?
But the end of the match was great. Trick Williams had no falls.
Okay.
And I think he got like 4 falls in the last minute and a half. Cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Crowd was going nuts. I was actually like, I'm a little impressed right now.
Okay.
Crowd's going crazy for this guy.
No, you're a big Trick Daddy fan.
I mean, fuck yeah, Trick Daddy. You kidding me? He gave the world Trina.
It's true.
Okay. Was it Slip and Slide Records? I think that was it.
I don't know.
Fuck yeah. Shout out Dwicky. He'll fucking know.
Yeah.
He knows Trick Daddy.
But
yeah, man, it's fucking,
cool.
It was really fucking good. Did I watch NXT TV this week? I sure didn't.
Okay.
But, I don't know, I was home on a Saturday night and I'm like, I ain't got shit else to do. I ate some tacos.
Okay.
Let's watch some wrestling.
All right.
Really fucking good, man.
Okay.
Honestly, huge fan of this match. Like, it was... Cannot talk it up enough. I thought it was
going back to being
listen, dude,
NXT fan.
You give me good fucking wrestling. I don't give a shit. Like you said, I don't care where
the brand doesn't matter. Right.
You know, this was really good, and it could be because it's a little bit different of a match with that stipulation. They do it once a year, which is fine. I think that's perfect. You don't need to do it all the time. But Trick Williams, that dude. He may be next up, as the kids say. So that'll lead to AEW. But before that, it's time for our new segment, and that is...
And now the Tim Taylor question of the week.
That's right, the Tim Taylor question of the week. Tim Taylor featured on Final Wrestling Place.
Yes.
Featured on 3 Count Thursday, I believe.
Viewers Choice on North-South Connection.
Our very good friend, Tim, my dog.
Yes.
So he did ask a question. He sent it earlier.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to play it because it's an audio form, but the gist of it is, you have said it many a time.
I believe I said it on the show already.
Marcus feels this way as well, which Marcus actually, when we were talking this week, he even said, he goes, ever since you said it, it really clicked with him about how you don't like how WWE is presented on television.
Right.
You don't like the way their style is. And I, kind of said the same thing where it's like a laser light show sometimes, and I just get it away from me. I want a little grittier presentation with my wrestling.
Yes.
But Tim's question was, what would it take for us to fully get back 100% in to WWE? Watching the shows, liking the shows. Again, they put out so much programming, you're not going to like everything.
Right.
That's what AEW as well.
Sure.
But what would it take? What would be, the break for you to go, you know what? Yeah, I got to start paying attention again. 2 words. Terry Funk.
Masked horse.
Okay.
No. I'll take this question seriously. Thank you for calling in, Timsy.
Sorry, Tim. Timsy.
It's out of my hands.
Timsy.
It's out of my hands, Timsy. You did this to yourself. So I do. My biggest problem is the way that it is shot, the productions of the shows, right? Because I have watched a spattering of matches over the last months and year, and even the matches that are good, I'm like, I just can't, because I can't handle the cuts and all that. That's one of my biggest issues. But it would have to be sort of more of a focus on wrestling, because I don't not enjoy the pay-per-views that we've watched, right? Which tend to be the wrestling focus of a lot of things. I'm excited for the Rumble.
Absolutely.
And it's tough, I don't have a connection to a lot of the people. There's people that I like. I like Otis. I like the Alpha Academy. I like Gunther. Roman, I can take or leave. One of the biggest issues for me in the WWE right now is that I really, really don't get Seth Rollins. And that was one of the big sort of things that got me to start to check out, because they treated him like a megastar. And he's super over. But like, even when we've watched it in the last couple months, I'm like, what is he doing? Why is he doing this? It's very weird. And it's fine. It's me that I don't get it. It's me.
It's not just you,
right.
though. I mean, I think a lot of us are kind of on the same. What is it?
Right.
Like, what is this?
Right.
What is he supposed to be?
And I don't need him to be like have a job. I don't need him to be like a wrestling garbage collector or something.
I wish he was.
But yeah, to get me back, the biggest thing would be your production issues. I would need them to shoot it like a wrestling show. And even AEW misses this mark sometimes. But AEW knows when to sit in something and let it happen. Most of the time, but like, the production issues is the biggest thing. Like, if the production was better, you would at least be able to convince me to fast forward through these shows, and see, let me see what this guy is doing. The other thing is that I would need to see more of a focus on wrestling. I used to love watching NXT. I can't. Anymore. And you're saying wrestling's good, and I believe you. But like when NXT got brightly colored and they started doing weird things, I was like, I don't know. Well, you're losing me here too, because that was wrestling. There was their wrestling focused show. I think that's the easiest. The two main things is I would need to see more of a tip towards wrestling, in ring sort of stuff. Give stuff time. Less 50-50 booking, which everybody sort of complains about, which everybody does in wrestling now. But the number one thing is the production of the shows. Because when we went to that show at the arena, I fucking had a blast, man.
So much fun.
And I love Asuka, and I love all the Damage Control. Yeah. Like, I love all those people. But I just, honestly, when I try and watch, I'm like, this just hurts my eyes and my head content.
It's very much like Michael Bay.
Yeah. Right.
Just big boom, extreme cut, explosion, and it gets exhausting.
Right. It's exhausting. And it's great for live crowds. It's great for kids in attendance. And I know that's who you're aiming towards. You're not aiming to show it towards 40-year-old me. But yeah, the number one thing standing in my way is production.
Yeah.
I have such a hard time getting into a match because they don't let the match breathe. And like when I'm watching, and people complain about all this stuff too, and you're not going to like everything, but like if Eddie Kingston and Minoru Suzuki lined up from each other in a WWE ring, every chop would be a quick cut to the other side.
It would.
And I'd be like, nope, can't do it.
Yeah.
And they do that with Gunther. Every chop, and like Gunther's chops are killer, and they cut away every time. Let it breathe. Pull out and let him go. Just pull back, let him go, and then do what you got to do. So yeah, I just being a wrestling fan, I think their production does a lot to remove the wrestling focus from the shows, and I think it's just a disservice to a lot of the good wrestlers that they have. If you were to run down their roster, I would be fans of more guys on their roster than I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
But I can't with the last decade of Kevin Dunn and his quick cuts and flashy production kills me.
It's jarring.
And I like the big sets. Sure. I don't have a problem with like the SmackDown Fist or the Giant Snake or all that stupid shit that they do.
But that's the thing, though. They don't do that anymore.
No, they don't do the giant. They don't do the giant CGI snake or whatever for Roman and shit.
That I'm not sure, but they don't do. And I brought this up a while ago, where every show feels the same.
Yeah,
every set's the same. Like you remember, old WWF pay-per-views. Every set was different.
Right.
The Backlash set with the swinging hooks or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. The Judgment Day set was different. Yeah. Everything was different. Now it's just
that's a
like,
good point too.
hey,
Yeah.
there's a big HD fucking wall. And I said this to Marcus this week, when they moved to HD, I feel like they lost a lot of identity with it because every show needs to feel the same, it needs to look the same.
Right.
And I brought it up, you could tell wrestling sometimes is when you're in a different building.
Yeah.
Now it's like, we're in the city. Nobody cares about the building. Where I'm like, no, I want to see that shot on the top of Madison Square Garden or the roof at the Allstate Arena in Chicago. Like, building have a little personality to it. With them, they're like, no, you're not here for the building. You're here for us.
I think WWE, I say this about the fans, and we said this sort of off mic before about how, and we've said it on the show a bunch of times, the 15 to 20 years without competition, a lot of people forgot how to watch wrestling in that time. I think in that time, the WWE forgot like that they could shoot wrestling differently. Like they were just like, well, we're the game. This is what we do. And so they don't need to do that shit because who else is offering something different, right? We don't need to have fun sets because who's offering anything different for us? And I think they got stuck in this where WWE, we're the show. And we're going to be the focus when the in-ring stuff should be the focus, spiced up by like cool sets and stuff. And maybe people would think it's cheesy. I'm not asking you to do like fucking sand, like Bash at the Beach again, like or run a show in the middle of a pool. I would love it, but I understand.
But it'd be fucking cool,
But I think WWE can use to have some personality that isn't just we're WWE.
Yeah, and that's like my main.
Yeah.
That's my gripe with it. I agree about the production stuff. It gets very overwhelming at times.
Yeah.
I agree though with focus on the wrestling.
Right.
Like look at the Raw last week that I watched. There was 3 matches over 20 minutes. Like that's great for. I'm not saying every match needs to be over 20 minutes.
No.
When's the last fucking time that happened on a Monday Night Raw though,
Right.
Like, and it was fun. It let shit build. It let it breathe. Not just like quick 5 minutes. Oh, got to get to seg 2. It actually built. So I agree. I kind of parrot that with you.
Right. Well, and the biggest thing, and all wrestling should learn from this, indie wrestling does it, AEW is doing it a little bit, particularly in this Continental Classic. But WWE is like, we're going to tell you the story. And the ring should also be, the in-ring should also be a part of that.
Should be a part of it.
And I don't think WWE does that anymore. I think they treat a good portion of their in-ring content as just, well, we just need this to get through, as opposed to going, we need this to make the story better. They're like, well, this is how we get to point B because we're a wrestling show or we're sports entertainment. You have to have a match. But there's not a ton in the match that tells you about what's going on.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree.
And part of that's commentary. I think their commentary stinks.
Yeah, their commentary's really
in
bad.
a lot of places, particularly on NXT.
That's a big fact. Booker T's commentary is fucking trash.
Right. And that falls into the production thing, but that's a big thing. Like, I cannot watch nor listen to your wrestling program without getting frustrated.
No, and I brought that up in the Discord, and Joe kind of said the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
I can't imagine in almost 2024 that Booker T that you think Booker T on commentary is helping your product.
Right.
Him just go, wow. Like, no,
There's
man,
no
that
way.
sucks. It's annoying.
Yeah.
But all right, thank you, Tim, for the first ever official Tim Taylor question of the week. We appreciate it.
Now the Tim Taylor question of the week.
Do we need to get an end bumper too?
Just pretend that said that was the Tim Taylor.
Shout out to our dog Dwicky.
The best coming off the bench man in the business.
Fucking man.
Sixth man, 12th man.
That's the glue right there,
Right,
man.
absolutely.
He holds all this shit together.
Pinch hitter, designated
He's a
hitter.
5-tool player.
He is.
He's a utility guy.
He's a 5-star man.
He is a 5-star man. All right, so let's talk some AE dub.
Yes.
Because they...
Finally, some wrestling I watch. Jesus Christ.
Well, whose fault is that?
Take forever.
Whose fault is that?
Been sitting here waiting all the time for you to shut up.
So... Oh, don't you pull that card. So, Rampage. I watched, let's see, 2 matches.
Yeah, sure.
Orange Cassidy versus Angelico. Mm-hmm. Was this for the international title? I don't know.
Yes, it was.
Sure. It's just never in doubt. Orange Cassidy obviously wins.
All right, but don't sleep on
No.
Angelico.
If you've listened to us in the past.
Speaking of Jack Evans.
Remember
when he was there?
I sure do. If you've listened to us in the past, and we've brought up like, damn, and Helco's pretty fucking good. Mm-hmm. And they just stick him with Serpentico.
Right.
Cool.
You know.
Let the dude actually do something. I don't know.
He should be being featured in these matches that like all the Lucha guys are doing. He doesn't have a personality that we've seen.
No.
But he could definitely be in these matches with Vikingo and stuff and having really good matches.
And wrestle with that different style because he doesn't need to be a high flyer.
Right.
His submission work is awesome.
Right. Yeah. Also on commentary for this, Matt Menard is on commentary, and Shivani says, "Can I call you daddy?"
God bless.
So,
at the end, I guess they kind of like somebody pointed out like when Danhausen was going back into the ring to help Orange Cassidy up, he kind of had his fist balled at Orange Cassidy.
Oh, really?
People were like, "Oh, is there a Danhausen turn coming?"
No.
I was like, "Stop it, you!
Not going to happen.
Stop it, you!"
What Danhausen is doing is what you're going to get out of Danhausen because they cannot afford to have a waiver in his merch sales, whether bootleg or otherwise.
Yeah, you stop it now.
Allegedly.
Yeah, so
Abaddon versus Trish Adora.
Sure.
I thought this was a good little match.
Oh, good. I'm glad you thought it was.
I'm torn because I like Abaddon, but Trish can wrestle. I like Abaddon's finish, where she hooks the back of the head and
when the match
them down.
ends?
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
you leave Abaddon alone. The lights go out after this match. Julia Hart reappears.
The lights go out. Cool.
Julia Hart appears, lays the belt down. The lights go out again, and Julia's gone.
Ooh.
So the big anticipated match for like the end of 2023, or I guess maybe I don't know when they're going to do it. Maybe save it for 2024. Julia Hart versus Abaddon, like we all predicted.
Sure.
Yeah, that's all right. We can get beyond that.
Thank you.
Takesha and Hobbs versus CD and Seidel. I don't want to talk about this match other than the fact that on commentary, Cal calls CD and Matt Seidel fresh meat, and they haven't been fresh in 30 years.
It's been a long time there, Callis.
But the main event of this Rampage, they decided to stack this Rampage, is the American Dragon versus Daniel Garcia.
Fucking rock. Daniel Garcia comes out wearing the wrestler tights. My dog ain't dancing. He's got the black towel back on.
Right.
Yeah, man, they proceed to just go and have like a 20-minute fucking banger.
It's great.
So good.
This Garcia remains winless in the C2. Garcia's such a good fucking wrestler, man.
Yeah, he is.
He really is. And he shows it in this. He's really good at selling. Like, his sells are great. He knows when to make his moves snap. Like, he knows how to mix all that stuff together in a really good way.
Yeah, I agree.
But after watching this match, I was like, yeah, American Dragon is he might be the best in ring ever. And I know I say that a lot. He's my favorite. He was my favorite wrestler 20 years ago. Like, current wrestler at the time, I guess. But yeah, he might be the best in ring fucking ever.
Yeah, and spoiler alert, I don't even think this is his best match this week.
No.
Which leads us to Collision.
Collision, yay.
We're kicking it off. More C2 action. Eddie Kingston.
Yes.
Against Claudio Castagnoli.
Yes.
So
bitter rivals.
We hung out a little bit Sunday.
We did.
And you didn't watch this match yet.
Nope.
And I told you, I'm like, hey, you're going to fucking love this. You said, yeah, I probably will. That later that night I got a text. And what did the text say, DJ?
I don't remember, but I think it said it might be my favorite Eddie match ever.
That's exactly what it said. Other than, are you still awake?
Yes.
Yes.
This match was fucking great. So to cut to the end, there's a roll-up finish. So it's plus 3 stars, which makes us 8 stars. Eddie is in a precarious position. He's on the precipice of disaster.
Yeah.
In the Continental Classic, he wins or he's eliminated, basically, which was confusing because I had no idea that there were semi. Did you know?
No, fuck no. I
right?
didn't know.
I feel like they never said that it was semifinalists.
What?
But it's online. I checked.
I just assumed it's like a normal round robin.
Right.
You win your league.
Right.
You move on. I
right. It's very weird. It seems to me like a way to let people get their wins back. Like, you don't want to book people to lose outright.
I do agree with that. It definitely gives you another week of television.
Right.
Sure.
Because I thought, like, okay, well, then they'll do sort of like New Japan does and do a 2 seed versus 1 seed.
Yeah.
And that way you get 4 matches that never happened before.
Like two seed in the blue league faces number 1 in the gold league, and vice versa.
Because then those 2 matches didn't happen yet in this tournament. And then if you book it right, the final is a guy from each bracket, and they haven't wrestled in this tournament yet. But instead, it's going to be 1 and 2 from each bracket facing each other, which is just going to be a rematch from the weeks before.
Yeah.
So when I look at that, I'm like, okay, well then whoever's going to win is going to get their loss back against the person who beat them in the tournament. You know, if it's Moxley versus Swerve, as an example, which we'll talk about, and then if Mox wins, then when it's Moxley Swerve's going to get his win back. And then with Eddie, where I think Eddie's going to be the number 2 seed, knowing this, and we just find it makes the path for Eddie easier. It's either going to be Eddie versus Dragon, which I think is probably the best bet to let Eddie get that win back because that was the hottest program in there, or Eddie versus Brody and let Eddie get his win back. But anyway, let's talk about this match. Crazy start. Starts out hot. Eddie hits a Northern Lights suplex almost immediately. Claudio kicks the fuck out. Eddie takes a neutralizer at one point and kicks out.
It was sick, yeah.
Fucking awesome. This match, to me, the reason why I liked it so much is that it really sat with and showcased Eddie's selling. Eddie is better when he's fighting from underneath. We say that all the time. Everyone knows it, right? Knowing that there's semifinals, knowing that Eddie is probably going to have the number 2 spot going in. He's going to be a number 2 guy in the finals. Like, oh, he's the underdog. He's not going to be able to do this. That's where Eddie strives. That's the best story with Eddie. I still think he wins the whole goddamn thing. This match was fantastic. We don't go to commercial until 15 minutes in.
It should be.
It was great. Eddie knows how to wrestle a must-win wrestling match better than just about anybody, right? He is such a complete wrestler that like his matches are better when he's under threat of being eliminated from something. Yeah. It just is.
When he cracked Claudio with those 2 back fists in a row, I was losing my shit at that point.
Yeah.
And then I love the finish was the callback to the Ring of Honor title match. It's just reverse roles. That's all it was, and I fucking love that. Yep. I might have been like Wade Keller or somebody who like poo-pooed it.
Really?
He's like, matches winning with roll-ups makes it feel like an NXT match or some shit. And I was like, dude, clearly you just don't understand.
Matches ending in roll-ups mean that matches can end at any time.
Yeah.
It's like a video game. If somebody gets their finish every time and it's not from out of nowhere, it's like, okay, well, here's the setup. Here's the spear. Here comes the jackhammer. Like, roll-ups are good because they create intrigue and surprise.
Yeah.
I love a roll-up.
I agree.
I love a roll-up.
And this match fucking rocked.
The match was fucking great.
So, next thing I do want to mention, and I had it in my notes, and Marcus brought it up on Final Wrestling Playlist this week as well. I love these post-match promos for anybody in the C2.
Yeah.
They are doing such a good job building up how tough their match just was and how tough their next opponent's going to be.
Yes.
I love the Danielson one where he's he's been meditating during his.
Right.
This was after the Garcia match, and they're asking, why did you spit on Garcia? And he just tells, he goes, he had the chance to be with me, and he turned against me.
Ooh.
And he's like, I spit on everything he stands for. I spit on him as a sports entertainer.
Yeah.
And it was just so fucking good. Yeah. The Moxley promos have been great. Him
Eddie's
saying he's the ace of the world. Yeah. Eddie's stuff has been awesome. Swerve's has been great. Right. Jay White's have been great. They've every single one of them have been awesome.
So QT Marshall may disagree, but it's a very New Japan thing to do, right?
Absolutely.
But in a tournament situation like this, it makes a ton of sense. It creates a ton of intrigue, and I think the Continental Classic is some of the best stuff AEW has done in their history.
Absolutely.
I think it's been laid out really well. All the matches, not you, Jay Lethal, have been really good. And I'm every time I watch this, I'm super impressed by how they're doing this stuff. And I think the fans are too, and I think it's starting to resonate a little bit. So I don't know how you sort of adjust that out into the rest of your company beyond, because you can only run this once a year, and hopefully they do run it every year.
I really hope they do.
I think you run this every year at this time for a shot at the the Western Triple Crown at your last pay-per-view of the year. And I think you make it a regular thing. I think somebody gets a fucking trophy, give out more trophies, and then you have the Owen earlier in the year, which you can take some. Don't make that round robin.
No,
but you could do sort of the same promo stuff.
Yeah.
But you can steal some of the way these promos are formatted and work for the stuff like the Owen. But I've really been impressed with how they do this stuff, and it's some of the clear, directed and sort of concisely shot stuff that they've done in the history of their company. I really enjoy it.
Pop quiz: who won this year's Owen Hart tournament for men and women's?
Willow won the women's. Ricky Starks won the men's.
Very good. That's going to lead me into Willow versus Mercedes Martinez. Mm-hmm. But now I look at my notes before that.
Yes.
Wheeler Yuta challenges Hook.
Yeah.
To an FTW rules match.
For the pure title. That's dumb as shit.
Sure, man.
Real stupid.
That's a take. Should be for the FTW title.
Right. Real stupid.
Yeah, but Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Martinez.
We had a Max promo too, but I don't really remember much about it.
Did we?
Yeah, it's the dude's been barking at him his whole life or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
It doesn't matter. He is so the least interesting thing on these shows a lot now.
Yeah, Willow.
Yes.
Willow Nightingale, Mercedes Martinez. Listen, the match is okay.
Yeah.
It's more so like it's better than what they've been putting on television. Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert, I think this is probably the best wrestling from start to finish that Collision's done so far.
Yeah.
Like each match I think there was nothing where I was like, oh man, this really sucks. Yeah. Willow wins. She beats Mercedes Martinez.
Yeah, I jumped out of my skin at the flip over Razor's Edge there because I was like, wait, no, they're not supposed to do that.
Yeah,
okay, but it was fine.
Yeah. Hey, let's hope in 2024 we get behind the Willow train again.
Super weird that she wins the Owen. So everybody who's won the Owen, it doesn't fucking matter, which is a problem.
No, it's just been because Adam Cole and Britt won the first one.
Right. And then, so you got to do something here. Willow needs that push. Willow deserves all that. She does get the save post-match by Leather Power Suit Chris Statlander, which I am 100% here for. But yeah, let's get Willow rocking and rolling here because you have a pure cut baby face in your women's division that people can't help but cheer, who connects immediately with the crowd, who the crowd pops for.
Yeah.
And you've done almost nothing.
You've done fuck all.
Almost nothing. Winning the Owen isn't counting as something unless that leads into a title, when it hasn't.
It should. Wardlow, Willie Mack.
I want to give Jake Hager a little bit of props here, very quickly because they're in Canada, and Danhausen has his hat, and he says that he has the Mounties on the job looking for it. I think that's really funny, and also fuck the Mounties. But and also we got a Swerve promo that I thought was real good.
Do to you.
Exactly. I thought we got a really good Swerve promo here where he says he's the top and he's going to be champ, but he wants to win the C2 first. And as I said last week, the Continental Classic is too small for Swerve. You do not put this title on him. He goes for that world title. That's where that has to fucking go.
I agree.
But you said Wardlow versus Willie Mack, and to that I say, why do I care?
Because Wardlow was tossing this motherfucker around like he was a goddamn baby.
Yeah.
Dude, when he hit that last ride on him, it was sick.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I don't give a shit about Wardlow.
I don't care. That's upsetting.
They've ruined Wardlow enough for me with everything that they've done to him that I'm like, I don't care. I don't see this going anywhere. When Willie Mack's fine, but he shows up and he's like, you beat up my friend, and I'm like, oh, what, the job guy from last week? It was AR Fox, remember him?
Poor AR. Well, he kind of shot himself in the foot.
Sure did. I'm like, whatever. Until Wardlow's very clearly revealed as one of the devil's advocates. I'm out.
That's good. You pay more attention to fucking Abaddon.
I do. Abaddon entertains me more on TV. There was at least a character there. There's at least a character.
Kenny Omega versus All Ego Ethan Page.
Yes.
All right. I thought the match was okay.
I thought it was a perfectly fine television wrestling match.
I don't get Ethan Page.
Yeah.
I don't. I've tried.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I like that he comes in favoring injuries from his storyline in Ring of Honor that nobody knows.
Sure.
I don't think him versus Tony Nese is a big time pay-per-view match that we need to see.
Is it like a no DQ or some shit?
Contract. It was okay. I get it. It's a showcase because they're in like his hometown or at least home country. But yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, he's just a guy.
Yeah, well, and AEW hasn't done him any credit either.
No, they sure haven't. And I agree with that.
I think Ethan could fill a role if given the opportunity, with some direction and some help. But he has been like back and forth with the Hardys and whatever the hell else he was doing for long enough.
Yeah, you're right. That whole thing.
He needs to. He needs a fresh coat of paint, and just having him come out and be in better shape and great for him, ain't it. It's just not it.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird. So like, what the last real AEW match he had was against MJF on that one Collision in Canada.
Oh, right.
And then he doesn't really have another one until against Kenny Omega in Canada. Yeah. Which, hey, man, that's fine. You play your fucking cards. Like, you know you're going to get a big pop in Canada.
Right.
Do it. Who the fuck am I to tell you not to? But, yeah, he's just a guy that I'm like, I don't get. I don't know what there is to get. He's just a guy to me.
Yep.
What do you think about Miro and CJ Lana Perry?
So, two more people that I don't necessarily care about. I like CJ more than I like Miro.
At this point?
At this point.
Yes.
Because, so he's just like, why doesn't CJ say nice things about him? He's the breadwinner. He's asked her to stay home, cook and clean, and be happy with her life.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Very weird.
Yeah.
But, so I think I put Miro near the top of my list of, go back to WWE.
I agree.
Because this is your fourth.
He's the number one candidate.
Right. It's your fourth or fifth on-screen tweak. And granted, it's probably better than Video Game Nerd Miro.
That was trash.
It was awful. But they had something very briefly with the like neck of sand god stuff.
That stuff was good, right?
And it was, and they didn't use it right, or he went home, or didn't want to lose.
He got hurt or some shit. Then he was like, I don't know,
whatever. He's, always rumored to be the dude who's sort of backstage, like, I was in the WWE, I'm not going to lose to anybody who wasn't also in the WWE.
Yeah.
But I say go back. Have another nice short run over there, and then...
get Rusev Day back over again,
And go about your business, because the 4 or 5 characters in AEW, it just shows that it doesn't work. And I understand why you keep trying, because you're probably paying him a pretty penny. Because when he came there, like, he got released.
Did they re-sign him too? I think they signed him to another extension.
But like, he was one of those Black Monday, Black Friday cuts or whatever that people were shocked by. So he got paid a lot of money to be there.
Respect, you're getting your bag, brother.
Right.
But I'm not going to hate on that. But.
Right. But and then you I'm going to assume convince everyone to bring your wife in, and then she's doing a better job at character work on TV than you have.
Yeah, like
in the
she actually is.
I don't know.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
1,000,000%.
Yes.
I was very happy to see Cool Hand Ange and Daddy Magic get a big reception.
Huge reaction
coming out for their match in Montreal.
Yes.
That was cool. Mm-hmm. I wish they could have just won.
Yeah, weird they didn't.
Yeah. But
like, it's why we're really protecting Penta and Commander now.
Yeah, now's when we're going to start.
That's what we're doing.
Okay,
yeah, that's okay. All right,
all right. Commander can't take a pinfall.
I guess not.
Guess not. Really? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What do I have?
The main event's the only thing left, buddy.
Oh, you ain't going to talk about Keith Lee's fit check, brother.
No, it's the white getup that he was wearing.
What was that?
Yeah.
What a strange guy.
It's preposterous. It's
indubitably.
Yeah, he's just, I don't know. He's a weird cat, man.
He's a fucking weird, a bear cat.
He's another one.
Remember when he was the bear cat?
I do remember when he was the bear cat. He's another one too, man. Because like, I like Keith, and Keith can have good matches. I don't know that AEW necessarily knows what to do with him.
Yeah.
Because his personality, like I'm assuming the character that he is on TV is a lot of who he is in real life, with an overinflated vocabulary, and like he talks like he's in a Sherlock Holmes novel, which is fine. It's different. I just don't know if it works the way he's trying to get it to work. But I will always.
Weird guy.
He's so weird. But I will always go back. And there's also the two AEW shows where he stopped dyeing his hair and now he's dyeing his hair again. It's like I kind of
was wearing a big cloak to the ring.
Right.
Is anybody checking this shit?
Right. But
we get a quality check, please.
Super weird. But to me, and you remember in NXT, he had those great matches with Dijak.
They were awesome.
And then to me, Keith Lee, one of the biggest misses in wrestling, and I'll always go back to this, and I know it was forever ago at this point, but I'll always go back to it. The most over Keith Lee was in any nationally televised wrestling company is in that fucking Rumble when Brock looked at him and went, "That's a big boy."
Yeah.
Right there was money.
Yep.
Right there, you should have had Keith Lee versus Brock Lesnar, and it sure as hell seemed like Brock was ready to do that dance.
If I was Brock, I would have went right to the back and said, "Working with him."
Yep. I would have done the Hulk Hogan, brother, in my day.
Made a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Let me just give me 6 months. Let me get in shape.
Right.
We'll tour this country.
Right. But yeah. Speaking of Hulk Hogan, really quick before we get into the main event,
what did he do now?
You see the Funko Pop.
Sure do. I'm staring.
So you see Hogan's junk on it. How it's a protruding.
It's blocked by the bread in the bag of microphone.
His Funko has a very prominent penile region. Okay. And Michelle said the other day, and this is gonna be a quiz for you. She said to me, "Does Hulk Hogan's bulge need to be that big on this doll?" And I said to her,
"Nobody's got a bigger hog than me, dude."
And then I also said that this is not a Terry Bollea Funko Pop.
That's true. It's a Hulk Hogan Funko Pop.
Hogan Funko Pop.
That's true. Yes, the bulge needs to be bigger.
Right. If it was a Terry Bollea Funko Pop.
Oh my God, there'd be no bulge.
Basically flat fronted.
Oh,
but it's Hulk Hogan.
What was her response?
She knew what I was going to say.
All right, good.
She's not stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah,
good.
It's Hulk Hogan's penis. Hulk Hogan is a 10-inch penis.
Terry Bollea
and
topping out at 6.
Yeah, Terry Bollea is 6 if you're lucky.
On a good day.
Right. If you're squinting.
That is still the most fucking absurd thing he's ever said.
It's hilarious. It's not the most. No.
What's the most absurd?
That Andre the Giant died 3 days after WrestleMania when we know.
Right. Can we go 1A, 1B?
Because here's the thing. I guess we do know this too, right? Because do we see a Schwantz in the sex video? It's been a long time.
Schwantz. I mean, if you
kind of right, but it's shot from like over.
There's a quick glimpse and you see it.
Because they shot without some real size reference, like maybe they had like a soda can next to him or something. We don't really know for sure. We can guesstimate.
Campbell's soup can.
Right. We can guesstimate that Terry Bollea's penis is not 10 inches.
And here's the thing: in that moment, was he Terry Bollea or was he Hulk Hogan?
Right. But we can prove, without a shadow of a doubt, that Andre the Giant lived for years after WrestleMania 3.
He didn't die.
He did not die 3 days later.
Sure didn't.
Hogan did not pull all the muscles in his back.
Nope.
While I can guesstimate at the size of his penis, I cannot, without
concrete evidence,
right? Without having it next to a ruler or something else of appropriate size, I cannot prove the actual accurate size of Hulk Hogan.
How about you drop Trout now? Let's get a look at that thing.
Of Terry Bollea's penis.
Again, it depends on what role he was playing.
Right, absolutely.
That's right. During the coitus.
Right. Maybe Hulk Hogan isn't racist, but Terry Bollea is.
Well,
we don't know.
I'm just
maybe Hulk Hogan doesn't have a problem with the kind of people that his daughter would be sleeping with, but Terry Bollea does.
Something tells me both are batting 1,000 in that category.
Was Bubba the Love Sponge friends with Terry Bollea?
Who was he
friends with Hulk Hogan? Was Bubba the Love Sponge's wife boinked by Terry Bollea? Or was it Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, what role was Terry playing at
Do you think
time?
Hulk Hogan's penis also rips his shirt off? Like,
he rips the condom off?
Right, he's like, are you doing this, brother? And then tears it.
Ew.
This doesn't work for
you think
me,
he
brother.
Wore rubber during that?
No. Absolutely not.
That's true.
Are you kidding me, brother?
He's a fucking wrestler from the 80s. That shit didn't exist.
Hulk Hogan absolutely goes, well, it doesn't fit. I'm too big, brother.
But Terry Bollea,
it's got some extra room.
Yeah.
That reservoir tip is really big.
It's like one of those big loose turtlenecks. Oh my! Well,
it looks like one of those knit caps we wore in the '90s, where it was really long with a tassel on the end of it. Not Hulk Hogan.
Terry Bollea.
Terry Bollea. Not Hulk Hogan. That'll be clear.
Oh my God!
We have to be clear.
That is fucking absurd. All right.
That made it been a collision.
I'm gonna try to fucking get. I don't know what's happening. All right. Another collision or Continental Classic match.
Yes.
Andrade versus the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Yes.
So this was the match. It was taped on Tuesday last week, where everybody said, "Oh man, Danielson's hurt. I can't believe they'd let him work with a busted eye like that.
Yep.
How unsafe for you, Tony Khan. This is why it's minor league wrestling, and fucking Vince and Triple H would never allow a wrestler to go when they're hurt, even though Cody Rhodes was basically half dead in that Hell in a Cell match.
Right.
This is unsafe. This is crazy." Bryan Danielson's fine.
I mean, maybe not after this match, but he was fine going into it.
Bryan Danielson is the best fucking wrestler in the world.
This match is brutal.
It's fucking brutal, dude.
It's borderline uncomfortable.
See, this is the shit where I live for.
Oh, I loved it. But, like, I had a better time watching... I was less concerned for someone's health watching Hangman drink blood from the spigot than I was watching Andrade literally jab his thumb into Danielson's eye and just pop him in his recently broken orbital bone over and over again.
Those fucking running double knees in the corner with Danielson's
disgusting
head facing away into the turnbuckle was gross.
Right. Yes, and Andrade flexing, looking like $1 trillion, traps up beyond his ears.
Chicken and rice, he's there.
That's all that is, chicken and rice.
I thought this was awesome. Andrade wins. When he hits that hammerlock DDT, looks like he fucking kills Danielson.
I swear to you, Andrade threw a forearm into the corner in this match, and Dragon looked at him and went, "Hey." I don't know what we're doing here, but this ain't it right now.
Hey, pal. Dude, Bryan Danielson would say harder.
I guess so. That is true. He's a fucking maniac.
Yeah.
But the eye patch gets thrown into the crowd almost immediately.
Awesome.
Yeah, this match fucking ruled.
So fucking good.
Again, and I say this again, maybe it's because of the people that are, he has been put up against lately, but where's this Andrade been?
So here's the problem, man.
It's just willingness of
what
opponent.
The fuck chance were they giving him?
Right.
What were they doing with him?
Nothing.
He's pointing out he's never had a one-on-one match on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Before this tournament, probably the best match he had was that 1 3-way with Sammy Guevara and somebody else for a TNT title where he was just tossing motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been given it the chance.
That's true. I agree. For sure.
Listen, dude, that one match against Cody when they went through fire. I think that was those two, right? That was awesome.
Yeah.
But really, I know he's been out hurt or whatever. And then he beat up Sammy Guevara backstage. Remember when Sammy cocking off? Remember that whole shit? That's crazy to think about. I forgot about that. So this week, Brian Zane, he does Wrestling with Regret. Yeah. He's been doing it for years on YouTube. He's fucking awesome. I love his videos. He did a rise and fall of CM Punk and AEW type video. Honestly, man, super informative. If you lean one way or the other, everybody gets it equally. Yeah, which I really like about it. And he brought up just very briefly. He goes, even though Sammy Guevara and Andrade are getting into fist fights backstage, that could have been completely because remember, leading up to that, they were going at each other on Twitter, and Andrade basically was saying, "I'm going to fuck you up when I see you."
Right.
And then, so don't be surprised when Andrade fucked him up when he saw him.
Right.
And that was Sammy's second fight.
It was,
And they go, well, you didn't get rid of him.
Yeah.
What's going on? Well. But if you get the time, go watch that. Brian Zane fucking rocks. But But yeah, that's where I've been with Andrade is I think he's great. I think he's fucking fantastic. But it just hasn't been given a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Sometimes
awesome.
though, you got to take it sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you got to try and make it for yourself.
100%.
And he has been left off TV, and I hope this is that moment.
Yeah.
But he could have in matches had this moment elsewhere, and I think he's a guy who suffers from a bit of boo-boo face and is sort of like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go through the motions here.
He does,
you know. I think he is a guy who's much more interested in wrestling Danielson on TV, knowing how that's gonna look, as opposed to being thrown in a tag match and wrestling whatever.
Now, I don't claim to really know inner workings of wrestling in Mexico or
Sure.
lucha or anything like that. Our friend Mike, he's a little bit more well versed in that.
Sure.
And he says, like, this is very typical.
Yeah.
A lot of, like, lucha wrestlers, a lot of Mexican wrestlers is if they're don't want to do something, they ain't going to do it.
Yeah.
Look at that report with Grand Metalik. Like, they wanted him the job to commander. He said, I ain't fucking doing that.
Right.
You know, and Roosh had that bad reputation coming into AEW where he was the guy who said, I ain't fucking losing.
Right.
You know, which part of me is like, fuck yeah, I really like that. But the other part, like, you do got to play ball in a big company like this.
You do.
And I thought he was...
Well, and look how it's benefited Roosh, because Roosh was in a very similar situation as Andrade. And he played ball a little bit, and he's one of the breakout stars of the Continental Classic.
I agree 100%. So speaking of some more Continental Classic, let's get to Dynamite.
Dynamite.
It didn't kick off with Continental Classic, though.
No.
It kicked off with Hangman Page confronting Samoa Joe in the ring.
Joe comes out, Hanger Blake comes out.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe says like it smelled like Stetson and disappointment or some shit when
Samoa Joe's so
when Max got jumped.
Yeah, and he goes, I saw the brand of beer you were drinking. I
Right.
know what kind of beer you drink, you know?
Right.
To which Roddy comes out yelling Samoa.
Yeah, right. And calls Hanger as a young boy.
Yeah. Dude, I love
hilarious.
Roddy. And him and Roddy go on to have like a real fucking random banger.
Yeah, it's weird.
It was good.
It was good. It's weird that Roddy lost to the Deadeye.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that's not really Hanger's finish. That's the setup.
Maybe next week he comes back in the wheelchair.
Oh, but he does have the neck injury. So, yeah, I guess that makes sense. He's magically healed to walk again, but the neck is still hurt. Miraculously, yes. You're right.
And then followed by this is the first Continental Classic match of the night.
Yes.
Andrade versus Brody King.
Oh, boy.
So, as you said...
Yes.
Andrade was ripping into Danielson a little bit, you know, hitting him pretty fucking hard. And last night you pointed out, I think Brody was fucking beating up Andrade.
I think Andrade, they got the tables turned a little bit, and I think Andrade said like, hey, big man, sir, please, don't hit me so hard.
To which I replied, if you can't fucking take it,
right,
don't dish it. Because Brody's going to hit you hard, man.
Brody's a scary dude.
Yeah.
Brody is showing out in this tournament, too.
Absolutely.
Brody is another, like, a lot of these guys were already established. So, like, you know, Eddie's having a good tournament. Mox and Swerve are having great tournaments. We knew who these guys were.
Yeah.
This is Brody's first solo showcase. There's no House of Black shit.
Nope.
Like, he's just coming down the ring and he's thumping people.
Yeah.
And they thump each other in this match. They're throwing bombs.
I loved it, man.
It's fucking great. Again, like, Brody is they're just beating the shit out of each other. You know, and like, I think it's funny because like Andrade's got some size. And then he steps in the ring against Brody, and that size differential is gone.
Yeah.
And that's he just getting walloped a little bit. And I love that. If AEW wants their identity to be dudes punching each other for real, I'm down.
In the words of a basketball player, Zach Randolph, he was known to have a pretty mean reputation.
Okay.
There was a player, DeMarcus Cousins, who tried to act like a tough guy a lot. I remember there was a game where Randolph was kind of giving it to him.
Yeah.
I remember him yelling out, he goes, around here, I bully the bully. And that's how I felt with this last night was, you know, Andrade on Collision was, like you said, laying it in. It was Brody's turn to lay it the fuck in on you.
A little bit.
And yeah, for it, though, great match.
Yeah.
Another great match in this tournament.
Absolutely. Man. Yep, for sure. So,
what do you think about Orange Cassidy and the Von Erichs?
Listen, I'm kind of excited for I don't know anything about the kids. You know,
I don't think I've ever seen. I've seen clips and never watched an actual match. Though.
You know, they both seem to have made it into adulthood. So congratulations.
Oh God, don't fucking say that. Don't, dude. You just put the fucking curse on him, man.
Shut up, Blue Meanie. How's Jasmine St. Clair?
A fucking shot to the jaw.
Forever. God bless Kevin Von Erich.
Yeah, man.
That man had every right to be like, you know what? I'm gonna lay down here, and I don't think I'm ever gonna get up. This is where I'm gonna be.
He still has one of the saddest things I've ever heard.
Right.
I used to have 4 brothers. Now I'm not even a brother.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
It's heartbreaking.
Can't wait to go see Iron Claw just cry for fucking 2 hours.
You can see it behind his eyes. You know, it's a sad life. Yeah. And I like Kevin. I'm happy to see him.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the Iron Claw on Collision because it's on Rampage, wherever the fuck this match is. When's this match?
On Rampage. Yeah.
It's going to happen. I don't know anything about his kids.
Yeah.
I'm happy he has a family again. I hope they're good. I don't know. They got to be better than Lacey.
Apparently they've wrestled in MLW.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
But and it's probably one done. They're in Texas. It's the Von Erichs. Whatever.
It's the motherfucking Von Erichs,
right?
Dude.
But they're Von Erichs. They hold a ton of weight. There is very few wrestling families bigger and more higher regarded than the Von Erichs.
It's 2023, almost 2024.
Right.
And the Von Erichs are still so fucking loved in Texas.
Absolutely beloved. So I'm excited to see this. And again, I like seeing Kevin because I want to know that he's okay. When I see Kevin Von Erich, I want to give him a hug.
I was a little pissed he was wearing shoes.
Right. Well, the man, he wasn't in his ring gear. We don't know what's going to happen on Rampage.
I hope he comes to the ring with no shoes.
No shoes. He takes them off before he does anything.
So good.
But I just want to hug him. I just want to be like, I love you. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, man.
Your dad was a horrible human being.
Yep.
I'm very, very sorry that what happened. You and your brothers had very little chance.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. And then just hug him until he decides it's enough.
I hope you get fat fucking paid from the Iron Claw movie, dude.
I hope you get a ton of money. I hope they bring you to fucking Oscars if they're nominated.
Please.
I want Kevin Von Erich to get his fucking due because he goddamn deserves it.
Yeah.
Kerry Von Erich got to get the NWA title in Puerto Rico for one fucking night or whatever the fuck that was.
That's when he beat Flair at Texas Stadium.
Texas Stadium, right.
At the one Von Erich brother memorial show.
And they flipped it back.
Man.
But
he got a run in the Fed, right? He got
Kerry,
he got Texas Tornado.
Right. But Kevin never did.
No.
And I think I might like Kevin the best out of all of them anyway. So he's definitely the best on 2 feet. Anyway,
hey,
I can't wait for that
was
part
Texas
of the movie.
Tornado ever eliminated from the Royal Rumble?
Never was. It's impossible.
Yeah.
His both feet have to land on the floor.
This is kind of a sidebar.
Yeah.
Did you see what A24, what one of their next movies is going to be?
The Smashing Machine with The Rock.
Starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah, because A24 just makes sad films now. Every movie ticket comes with a box of tissues and a fucking antidepressant.
I think it was Mike who said, boy, it's going to be a real shame that The Rock's going to have to do steroids for the first time in his life.
Absolutely.
For this movie.
Listen, The Rock is big, but I'm not sure.
Dude, Mark Kerr.
I'm not sure.
Motherfucker.
Right. I'm not sure he's Mark Kerr size.
This is going to be another one when it comes out and we're going. We got to go see this.
Right.
Fuck yeah, Smashing Machine.
Do you think
who's going to play Mark Coleman?
Right? Do you think Mark Coleman? Do you think because it's The Rock, do you think he's going to try and rewrite it so that Kerr's Samoan in the fucking movie, like he does the fucking haka dance?
It's going to happen. Right? It's going to fucking happen.
Are you they're going to paint over his tattoos?
Yeah,
you're going to have to, right?
Have to, yeah.
Yeah.
Rocky's going to have to wear a wig.
Yeah.
Oh no. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Have you ever watched a Smashing Machine documentary?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's fucking amazing.
I was more in the UFC when that shit was going down.
Yeah.
I remember watching Kerr fight. So
it is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
So
the question. Who I want to cast out the rest of this movie with?
Who's going to play Kevin Randleman?
That's exactly what I was going to ask you. Who's going to play Kevin Randleman?
Big E.
Oh shit! Just dye his hair blonde.
Just dye his hair blonde.
Oh, that's perfect.
Big E.
Holy shit! That's the exact question I was going to.
I've thought about this.
The exact question I was going to ask is who's going to play Kevin Randleman?
Yeah,
because those are the three.
Yeah.
That's who I think of.
It's fucking Hammerhouse, brother.
Right, absolutely. There's no way Coleman doesn't petition to play himself, though.
He's absolutely going to.
He's
going to have to wear so much prosthetic to hide his fucking scar tissue on his face.
He's going to march his ass into the studio with fucking Liver King next to him. Being like, we're fucking doing this.
Ready to go. Fucking
I look great. Just don't pay attention to my belly.
You can CGI this, right?
You can speed up these punches in post, right?
Fuck yeah, let's go. Speaking of things that I want to go away, the fucking Golden Jets, Ricky Starks,
brother,
Big Bill promo. Listen, man, I feel like we both have tried to make a concentrated effort where if something's just kind of whatever, who cares? We just don't talk about it.
Except for Abaddon.
But that's fun, though. It's fun.
I'm a legit fan of Abaddon. I know we give a shit, but I am.
And you are.
But anyway,
I'm only busting balls when I talk about that.
But this
fucking sucked so bad.
So, like,
go away.
So here's
number one, Kenny Omega doesn't give a fuck about any of this.
Right, he's just collecting that fucking bag.
He doesn't care at all, brother. Right. This sucks. He is so over it. Stop it. Get me out of here.
Right. The Bucks are off TV, and Omega is like, I mean, I'm going to be here, but I'm not going to do any work.
He's like, I'm not going to wrestle. No, I'm good.
So, a lot of talk about AEW over the last bunch of weeks, right? And a lot of people are like, they need to find their identity. They need to figure out what they want to be. And it's sort of all these abstract ideas, right? Well, they need to do this. They need to find this. They need to be this. And they're a bit of like a variety show where you have the hardcore and you have wrestling and you got sports entertainment, you got strong style, you got this. But AEW needs to find an identity. But like, what could that be? How do you define AEW? How does AEW define what they're going to be? And I say this, I can't tell you what you should be. I can say take whatever you can from the Continental Classic, which is really doing well for you.
Awesome.
But I can tell you with about a 4 or 5 minute clip from television this week what you should not be. And what you should not be is the segment where Kenny Omega forgets his own fucking tag team name and then mentions Enzo goddamn Amore twice. Yeah. Because that means you say it one more time, like shitty Beetlejuice, he fucking shows up, and your shows get worse.
I thought you were going to go Candyman, but all right.
No.
Shitty Beetlejuice.
Shitty Beetlejuice.
Here's the problem, AEW. You need to get beat from the Howard Stern show.
You need to get actual Beetlejuice.
I need him and Jeff Jarrett to rekindle that feud.
Yes, absolutely.
You want to save the world?
This was bad television.
It was fucking awful.
All 4 guys were fumbling through their shit.
Dude, Ricky was trying to save it for the life of him.
Ricky tried, but he was in between trying and corpsing about how fucking bad everybody was. Jericho was terrible.
Like, extra awful.
Right. And Jericho's sort of always that way now. But Omega was just phoning this shit in.
Like, somebody was like, dude, could you imagine the gravity bong Omega must have hit before he came out? Because he didn't care at all.
This is like the same tier of when Sid asked if they could do it again. They were like, we're live, pal.
Yeah.
It fucking sucked.
It died
it was
death.
Bad fucking TV. And like it was bad television. It's bad promos. I think it hurts Ricky and Bill more than anything else.
Absolutely it does.
And Ricky tried, Bill don't have much. But like, and then they were like, we got to come up with a name for you guys. And like, it just shat everywhere.
Listen, if you would have stopped at absolute assholes, fine.
Yep.
Rick and the Dick, I would have said, all right, brother, calm down. But that's fine.
Yeah.
Big Billy Starks.
Yes.
And for Starks to just go, well, that fell flat.
Yeah.
He's another guy where I go, yeah, he's out. He's just saying, I don't give a fuck. This sucks. Like, get me out of here. That was awful.
Yes.
this Jericho fucking shtick.
Also,
man.
their name is Big and Rick. I've named them that. That's what I've called them forever.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
It's bad television.
Oh my God.
They should be running this in seminars, being like, this is what you don't want to be. This is not the television we want to put on ever again. This was really bad.
Yeah.
And I tend to give Jericho a lot of leeway because Jericho legit is one of the greatest of all time.
100%.
Jericho sort of, I saw a clip from him, I don't know how old it was, but he was like, I'm the only guy who wrestled every top guy from like 97 through now.
And he's right.
He's like, if there was a top guy in a wrestling company in the world, I wrestled him in the last 20 years.
100. I will give credit where it's due.
But he ain't that Chris Jericho anymore.
Enough. This was
and the Chris Jericho that is making fun of Bobby Duncombe Jr.
Gone.
Is not this Chris Jericho.
No.
And it's not just because he lost all the chess definition in the world.
Like, when he said Big Billy Starks, I was like...
That's already a person.
I was like, is this supposed to be like a shout-out to Billy Starks, who hasn't been on
No, he just doesn't know who he just has no idea that's another person.
But to me, I'm going, well, what was supposed to be the joke?
I don't think anybody knows. The joke was how phoned in Kenny Omega was on this fucking thing.
Yeah, like...
He did.
Dude, when Stark said, well, that fell flat, and Jericho goes, it kind of did.
Yeah.
If I was Tony Khan, I would just something over the line. I'm like, all right, we're done.
Yeah, Jericho legit probably got mad about this backstage and was like, don't you ever do that to me again. But Omega did this promo the way everyone used to yell about Kevin Nash doing promos, big lazy.
And that's why I was happy with Omega, because he just doesn't. It's so clear that he doesn't give a fuck about any of this.
It's very clear that Jericho gets what he wants, and Jericho was like, I want to be with Omega.
Yeah.
And Omega's like, okay.
They're going to get a fucking tag title run out of this.
Oh, yeah. They're going to beat them at the pay-per-view.
They're going to win.
They're going to beat the pay-per-view.
And then this new, whatever, heelish Young Bucks thing is going to happen.
Oh, absolutely.
And then they're going to beat Kenny. Oh, my God.
Yeah, absolutely. And then it'll end up back on FTR as a please don't leave when the contracts are up. Yeah, this was a garbage segment.
It was so fucking bad.
Really, really bad.
It's so funny. I will say it is funny watching, because there are the AEW like stan accounts out there. To watch them try to spin this, and people in their replies just like have some fucking have some shame.
Inexcusable television. Yeah,
this was terrible.
Yeah. Easily one of the worst AEW segments of all time.
Yeah,
real bad.
Riho against Ruby Soho.
Yeah. Speaking of bad.
This isn't good.
At least Tony was on commentary.
There's my bright spot. Tony's on commentary.
That's it.
Ooh, the Tasmaniac.
Yeah.
That made me real happy.
Yes.
But yeah, it just...
Right. Terrible. Really bad. No good. Rio's got new gear. But yeah, no.
Her gear, she looks like from Tokyo Joshi Pro, that Yuki Kama fuck you.
Yes.
That's what she looks like.
Not for me. Speaking of right into, an easy day at the office for Roosh.
Less than 5 minutes.
Short,
Jay Lethal.
Right, which is how everyone should beat Jay Lethal. Here's the thing about, I was trying to think about Jay Lethal, right? Because like Samoa Joe's young boy, Ring of Honor stalwart, really big name for himself. And I was like, to this day, if we went to an indie show in the Northeast, it could be like PPW, it could be any size, but an indie show, and Jay Lethal was on that show, and we watched him wrestle, we'd be like, look at Lethal go.
Absolutely.
Right? But when Lethal gets on TV, I'm like,
No. I'm good.
Mm-hmm. Take the L in 4 minutes to Roosh. Easy day at the office.
The stuff at the end, post-match where Jarrett and Sanjay and Karen come out, and Lethal kind of blows them off at the end is a little, okay, what are you going to do there?
Yeah.
Are we going to get Jarrett versus Lethal?
I don't know. I saw somebody online add Jarrett to a list of wrestlers in AEW with go-away heat, and I was like, you don't know what those words mean.
Yeah, stop it.
Right.
It kept Sabian. Switchblade.
Yes.
Versus Mark Briscoe.
Yeah.
I thought this was
really good
too, man. Like,
really good.
Just another Continental Classic match that it's delivering.
It's funny that AEW commentary, particularly Excalibur, is tasked with one, explaining the Continental Classic, which he's very bad at.
Yeah, he's not great at it.
But
and this is last night where everybody in the Discord kind of realized, oh, wait a minute.
There's semifinals.
There's semifinals
right.
too? Oh.
He what the hell? I completely lost my train of thought there.
Yeah, you lost your train of head content.
I completely lost my head content there about he does it. He constantly has to react. I'll let that out. He constantly he has to constantly react to the people on Twitter not understanding how this works.
Oh, that don't know how to do simple addition.
So he has to constantly say, if Briscoe doesn't win, he's eliminated, and has to get that over the whole time, and has to react to the people going, well, or because Briscoe's already eliminated.
Yeah.
He's like, well, if Briscoe's eliminated, why even have him wrestle? Why even bother with these matches then? And Excalibur has to literally on commentary go, he's playing spoiler.
Yeah.
If he wants to stop somebody from winning or hurt somebody in the tournament, this is his opportunity.
Yep.
Because people online were like, well, they should just forfeit his matches if he's already eliminated.
They just don't
it's
get
like,
the concept.
You've never seen a tournament before.
It's weird.
But Briscoe loses anyway.
Sure.
But the match was really good.
Dude.
Switch has 9 points, I think, at this point.
Man.
Great showing for him.
His wrestling is so smooth. It's ridiculous.
It's very good.
He never stumbles. He never fucks up. It's just he's such a smooth wrestler.
Absolutely.
And that leads to main event.
Yes.
John Moxley, Swerve Strickland.
A highly anticipated match in this tournament.
Swerve is, and I feel like I'm not telling any tales out of school here. Swerve is so fucking over.
Yeah, absolutely.
He is insanely over.
Yeah.
He comes out, Nana doing the dance, crowd's going nuts. I like on commentary, Excalibur said Swerve is kind of the people's choice in this tournament, and they've gotten behind Swerve.
Yeah, for sure.
To me, that screams babyface turn.
Yeah.
And I hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Because I still like Swerve being a mean motherfucker and bleeding out Nick Wayne in his home and cutting promos over a baby's crib.
Yes.
You know, like, that's some devil shit there.
The problem is he's doing enough cool shit, people start to cheer. But he will work
Stone Cold
better.
Steve Austin.
Right.
It was undeniable.
I think you keep him bad guy at least until he gets that title from Max. I think he still has to be the guy who beats. I used to say it was Eddie, but I don't think so. I think you have him beat babyface Max and have Swerve win that title.
I would love that, man. Moxley gets the win.
Yes.
Moxley beats Swerve.
A lot of people think it was going to go to a draw.
I thought it was
very
going
close.
Match is awesome.
Great.
These guys have such good chemistry.
Yes, absolutely.
They're going to kill each other in their rematch.
Right. I think that the way this ends is it's Mox Swerve in the semis.
You would think,
yeah,
right?
I think that's where that has to be. But this match is great. Mox grabs the tights to win too, which influences
and Swerve's shoulder was clearly off the mat.
Right.
You know? But man, this fucking Continental Classic, they're just crushing it, dude.
They're really
the match
really doing
quality
a good job.
has been there hasn't been a stinker yet.
No.
The shortest has been Roosh Lethal, which I go, that's fine.
Right. Lethal has
Give
been
Roosh an easy win.
And Lethal hasn't even been not delivering. He's just doing the best that he can, which is different.
Sure.
So those are sort of the weakest matches, but everybody else has been fucking killing it.
Yeah.
I couldn't love this tournament more. This is such a great idea, and they're pulling it off in such a great way.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with the Continental Classic.
Yeah, I am too. They're over delivering, I feel. I don't want to jump ahead and which time away, but I already can't wait till next year's.
I know.
To see who's in it, you know?
Right.
Let's get some. But man, it's so fucking good.
It is really, really good. I like it so much. Good job, AEW. More of this, less of the Jericho shit.
Yeah, well, because then the show ends.
Right.
With Hangman getting jumped in the parking lot.
Oh, right. Yeah.
By the Devil's goons.
Yes.
And they slam him on the windshield, and the Devil pops out of the car.
Right. Which looked like MJF to me. It had his shoulders.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying they feel it was MJF.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
I don't really care.
We're going at this point.
I think you've waited too long. I think you're burning it out on me.
The Acclaimed got jumped.
Yeah. We haven't seen them since.
No, MJF got laid out with no clear evidence of it. Switchblade got laid out.
But he's fine.
Yeah, Switchblade got laid out a long time ago. Now Hangman's getting laid out.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know where this is going at this point.
They have to reveal it at World's End. You can't let it go on beyond that.
No, and Wardlow, he cut the one promo last night where he kind of tipped off like MJF, your world is coming to an end. Mm-hmm. Who knows what's happening?
Yeah, who knows?
But yeah, I mean that was Dynamite.
That's it.
So shout out to fucking AEW for putting on some great tournament television matches.
Yes.
A couple weeks ago when Punk came back, we kind of talked about AEW and said, it's a big blow to them. No, it's undeniable. It is. And my suggestion was I would double down and just put 10 toes to the ground on your in-ring wrestling. This is where you need to shine. This is where you need to say, we are the superior in-ring product.
Right.
And
2 feet on the ground, this is what we are.
To me,
take it or leave it.
To me, this is what they're doing with this. Yeah, the fucking Jets, the Omega Jericho Starks shit was so fucking bad. And it people said it like halted the show for them. They recovered for sure. But man, it was just a glaring, here's your sports entertainment segment.
Right.
And it fucking sucked.
Right.
But the matches, to me, it outweighs that horse shit.
For sure. I agree.
So I guess before we take a trip, it's time to hear from Mr. Terry Funk, and he's got some things to say about some of his enemies.
There's a lot of people in the professional wrestling that I love, and a lot of people that I hate. But of those people that I love and hate, the one thing that's the most important thing to me is that they respect me. And I respect them just as I respect the wrestling fans that are out there. Just like Hulk Hogan might be an obnoxious, bald-headed idiot, but I respect him, and he respects me. Ric Flair, he might have a banana nose and be a goof, but I respect him, and he respects me. Mick Foley, he might have a satchel ass, but I respect Mick Foley too. But there's one person in this world that I do not respect, and that person is that fat, overbearing, obnoxious, egg-sucking dog. And I've got him in the ring tonight in a cage, and that's exactly where I want him. Now, I respect the people of Carolina, and I'm going to tell you one thing. As you people have been used to great performances in the ring, you've been used to great talent, and now you have to watch this big, fat slob walk around and do absolutely nothing. Well, that's all going to end here tonight, and that's a promise from the Funker.
That's right.
Why would you be cracking open another bevy?
Because I'm in my own house, goddammit, I drink what I want.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I mean, we're in Japan, and I drink whatever I want.
That's called having a problem.
It's true. I do have a problem. I'm drinking too many grapefruit seltzers.
Ugh. I couldn't.
It's my favorite one of the spin drafts, brother.
Ugh.
I love grapefruit.
I'm not a grapefruit guy. I got grapefruits.
It's true.
So
here we are.
Yeah, we're in Japan.
Uneventful week in Japan.
Very. I watched a match.
Not looking great for the future here.
Yeah,
well,
fucking see.
Wrestle Kingdom looking like mostly a dud. Noah's show has some decent stuff on it.
Some. Yeah, that's where we are, brother.
So there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of shows. And GLEAT had a show, and Stardom had something, and Tokyo Joshi Pro had some stuff, and All Japan New Japan. But like, as far as we cover, not a ton going on.
No.
But
show ain't.
Brett watched one match. I watched two.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So I watched. We'll start with the one I watched, and we'll talk about the one we both watched.
Oh, you did watch it.
Tokyo Joshi Pro.
No, I didn't know. I thought you didn't watch the one I watched.
I did.
For some reason.
Yes, the tag match. Yes, I watched it.
All right, go.
10th anniversary. Tokyo Joshi Pro. Yuka Sakazaki graduation special.
The Yuka Sakazaki graduation special.
3-way match. Yuka Sakazaki versus Miyu Yamashita versus Shoko Nakajima. It was good. It was fun. This is, I think, Yuka's actual final match in Japan. She's coming over here full time. It's good. I think got a little overinflated online because of the emotions. The end is a lot of emotion. Mm-hmm. So Shoko and Yuka, who are the tag team, Shoko takes the pin.
Oh, that's weird. Yuka didn't team with Mizuki?
So
for the magical sugar rabbits.
So Shoga, or no, it was a 3-way. I thought Yuka and Shoko were a tag team. Are they not? No. Okay, never mind. It is Mizuki. You're right. But anyway, 3-way. Shoko takes the pin, but right before she gets taken out with a forearm, like Yuka hugs her, and they're both crying. And she has the forearm. She eats the pin. Yuka gets a microphone. She's sitting in the ring talking. There's no commentary on this show.
That's rough.
It's a very small show. But she's talking. They're giving her flowers and everything. And Mizuki comes out, and she's bawling her eyes out.
Of course.
And then, from what I can tell, challenges her to a match, and they go to a 3-minute time limit draw.
Oh, shades of Chono and Muto from earlier this year.
Right.
All right. I like that.
And the whole time, Mizuki is just crying. Just cannot handle it, cannot pull it together.
That makes me sad.
So that was nice to see. I like Yuka a lot.
Yuka's great.
Hopefully when Yuka comes over, because she's sort of leaving all this behind, AEW uses her.
I don't have much faith.
Me either. My worry is that like Yuka's gonna come over and nothing's gonna come of it.
It's gonna get lost in the shuffle.
Right. And like she's small, she's a better wrestler than Rio.
Yep.
By a long shot.
Yeah.
So like, but I just, is she just gonna kind of? Hopefully, I'm going to assume that any AEW contract is going to pay her more than what she's making in Tokyo Joshi Pro. Right?
I'd imagine. Yeah.
This show was in front of 50 people. Like, it wasn't very big, but like she can either be used like Riho or Shida, or she can be used like Emi Sakura.
Yeah,
and it's tough.
I don't want that for her.
I want. And like same thing with Emi. Like I think Emi deserves more. I think Yuka should get a lot. But we'll see what happens. I guess she hasn't been there in a long time. But when she was there, she was popular. So we'll see. But that was Tokyo Joshi Pro. Good luck, Yuka. I hope that maybe WrestleMania weekend she'll be on the Tokyo Joshi Pro show.
Probably in the States.
I would assume so, right?
I wonder if she, because Tokyo Joshi Pro, as we speak right now, is running in California. I wonder if she shows up at Ring of Honor tomorrow night.
Oh. Maybe
challenges the winner of Athena Billy Starks.
It could be.
So
nice. We'll see. But I like Yuka. It'll be cool to see Yuka.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Yuka
So, I'm excited about that Tokyo Joshi Pro show.
Yeah.
We got to figure out some logistics on that. We'll talk. But,
we'll get it figured out, brother.
But I'm just excited because I was talking to Michelle today about how great of a moment me meeting Taguchi was, and how I need to get a frame for the shirt and all that.
Yeah, I'm shocked you still don't have
one. It's just because I haven't been to the store for one. I don't exactly know what to do to frame everything I want, so I got to do some research.
You need to get a looping video of you celebrating.
Right.
Pictures of you and him.
It's gonna be the picture of me and him.
Yep.
The signed 8x10 that I got when he inducted me into Taguchi Japan.
The sign itself.
And then the T-shirt. Yeah, it's gonna be.
It's gonna be a massive. Right. It's your wall.
Right.
It's your whole wall.
But it might be big enough where I could put the sign in the back as like the backing board.
A printout of the tweet of him saying thank you for being my fan.
Right. But if I get to meet. I'm going to bring a Hyper Misao sign to the Tokyo Joshi Pro show.
Oh, my God.
We're meeting heroes, God damn it.
They, I know the show they did tonight in California, they were like, yeah, buy an 8x10 of like any fucking whatever, and like you get to meet them.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't want the 8x10.
Line them up.
Yeah, I don't want the 8x10. Like I just don't care.
Right.
But I'm like, yeah,
Right.
it's fine. I'll be paid
Yuga, Hyper Misao, Mizuki, Yamashita.
Yeah.
No, that's the wrong company.
You.
You.
Speaking of that, you see Stan Hansen's going to AIW?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
When?
They announced it today. I forgot the date. So maybe sometime in February.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just, I mean, obviously not wrestling, but like he's just doing an appearance
yes,
and he's putting the boots back on.
Yeah. He's
out
coming
of
out of
money.
retirement for AIW.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. I almost kicked myself a little bit because when I didn't get to meet, or when I had the opportunity to meet Stan, and if Chuck and I didn't go to that New Japan at the Garden show,
Right.
I was running over to Stan Hansen
Yeah.
after that. But I was like, I'm spending money for a New Japan ticket instead.
I
probably made the right call.
Yeah.
But like, meet
I
Stan.
never got to meet Stan.
Part of me, I'm like, oh, that'd be cool to like go to AIW. But I'm also like, okay, he's got to be at a convention in Philly.
You would think he's going to be
You know,
somewhere
you would
around
think.
for Mania weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? But even that might not align because it's who knows what days.
Yeah.
and we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I've never met Stan.
That'd be cool.
Stan's a killer.
You can get your All Japan stuff signed by him.
I have his book. I have his book
The
downstairs
book,
too.
yeah, the figure, the book.
The figure's Lucy.
Throw it back in the box.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there you go. I'm fucking riling you up right now. I can tell.
mean, Stan.
It's Stan,
It's
dude.
Stan for sure, dude.
Fucking Stan.
Not many of those guys left. Anyway,
Yeah.
the thing we both watched,
Yes.
Ding Dong, the tag league's over. It's dead.
So what does Bailey have to do with this?
It was more of a witch is dead kind of thing.
Or the Ding Dongs from WCW?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, World Tag League Final.
It's over.
I watched 3 matches this whole tournament.
Yeah.
Which is it's an upgrade from the one match I watched last year, which was the final.
Fisherman versus the Gorillas of Destiny, which is El Phantasmo and Hikuleo.
And listen, if it's going to be any 2 of that stable, these would be the 2.
Yes.
Because I don't want Tamatonga.
If it has to be, then it's these 2. But I would prefer it wasn't.
I wish it was ELP and Jado instead. That's
yes.
right.
So, this fucker goes 40 minutes.
Hikuleo needs to change his gear.
Hikuleo needs to change a lot of things.
His gear's fucking terrible.
So,
Brother, his gear's so bad.
yeah, it is. So,
Looks like he's wearing a trash bag.
yeah, well, so here's the thing about this match that I want to talk about that I didn't know because I wasn't following the tag league closely. I didn't know. So going into this match, I knew who won, which always sort of hurts this stuff, right?
It does.
And I also knew that Bishamon, for whatever reason, even though they win, challenges Phantasmo and Hikuleo to a match at Wrestle Kingdom.
It's so stupid.
Okay. I already thought that was stupid. Only then to find out that they've already met in this tournament before this match. They're from the same bracket. Wrestle Kingdom will be their 3rd fucking match in a month or 2.
So, Wrestle Kingdom, I believe, has a lot of rematches on it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, who the fuck? Somebody posted it like about all the rematches that's on it this year, and it's like insanely gross how many are on it. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Keep talking. Go ahead.
Keep talking. But yeah, so I was like, commentary says that, and I'm like, why the fuck are we doing this another time? They've already met in this tournament, and then they lose the finals. So what does it fucking matter to run it back a 3rd time? I'm assuming Hikuleo and Phantasmo beat them the first time in the tournament. I don't know, and I'm not looking it up.
No.
This match I felt was good, not great. I think a lot of people were hyping it. I don't know how you felt about it, but I'm going to say good, not great.
I thought it was. I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
There was a lot of fun falsies.
Yeah. Especially down the stretch, I thought it got
And
really good.
I like ELP a ton.
Yeah.
But Hikuleo is still not ready for prime time. No. And at points in this match, I feel he really drags it to a halt. And that's bad for the finals of your World Tag League.
Yeah, it certainly was the finals.
And then you're going to run it back on Wrestle Kingdom. You're going to get the same fucking thing. The same fucking thing. Are you going to have this go 40 fucking minutes in Wrestle Kingdom? I'll unalive myself, Brett.
Oh, don't do that. Not over this. Don't do that. Yeah, man.
It's good. I liked it. But, like, for the finals, it should have been killer.
Yeah.
And that's sort of it just sort of shows what this whole tournament is. It's like, yeah, it's like a 4-star-ish. It's just a 3 3/4 star match.
It's just a fucking kill time, I feel.
Right. It's nonsense. And it goes 40 fucking minutes. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Do better.
So we pretty much have the Wrestle Kingdom card set. And I'm going to run it down real quick.
Run it down.
So for the Never Openweight title, Shingo Takagi versus Tama Tonga.
Rematch.
Already saw it.
And and I don't want to see it again.
No. For the Junior Heavyweight title, Hiromu Takahashi, El Desperado. They've feuded forever.
Kind of a rematch. Not really, but yes.
That's going to be
But
good.
it's Despy's time. That's going to be good.
So Junior Tag titles, Bullet Club War Dogs, Clark Connors and Drilla Maloney against TJP Francisco Akira. Don't.
Nope.
Bishamon versus Hikuleo and ELP. It's a winner-take-all for the IWGP tag titles and the strong openweight tag titles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who's strong openweight champion?
Hikuleo and El Phantasmo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Tanahashi for the World TV title.
Okay.
Seen that before.
I'm excited for that, but not because I think they're going to have Tana beat Zack, and I think that's inappropriate.
Yeah. 3-way match for the inaugural IWGP Global Heavyweight title.
We didn't talk about this shit. Just bring your Intercontinental title back. Your world title is global. A world is the globe. The world is the globe. The globe is the world. The world is the globe.
Well, not according to AJ Styles. Ospreay, Moxley, David Finlay.
That is according to AJ Styles. Yeah. He has a problem with the shape.
That's true, yeah. Did you know AJ Styles is a flat earther? Listen, I'm not a flat earther. I'm just saying there's some interesting things.
Yeah, Right. He's just a guy asking questions.
Yeah. Danielson Okada.
Right. The rematch, but that's fine.
Sonata Naito.
Yeah, right.
No Eddie Kingston.
No.
That now, granted, that's 8 matches that they have, so this can change.
They can't announce that yet because we don't know who that champion's going to be.
That's very true.
So they can't say, who's going to happen there because we don't know who that champion is going to be.
Yeah, but on paper,
not a good Wrestle Kingdom.
This card is
Dark Days.
Yeah,
not great.
Not inspiring.
Right. Not great.
Listen.
It's not that some guys aren't going to pull it out and be really good. And
listen, Hiromu, ELP will rock.
Yeah.
Sabre, Tanahashi, if it's a 15-minute, that'll be fine.
We're going to get Danielson Okada where hopefully Danielson doesn't snap another brittle bone. Oh. But Okada's going to kick him in the face in that eye. Okada's winning this one. Let's get his win back.
Ospreay, Moxley, Finlay, one of these people are not like the others.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hilarious when David Finlay wins.
Right. So that's interesting to me because that match makes it pretty much set in stone that Mox can't win the Western Triple Crown.
Give him 4 belts. Give him fuck it. Fuck it.
Quadruple crown it.
Yeah.
Yeah. David Finlay's definitely going to win it, and it's just going to be shit all over.
And I don't care what anybody says. I mean, Sonata Naito will be good.
Yeah, it'll be good. Right. It'll be really good.
It could be Naito in the G1.
I don't care what anybody says. Ed.
Yeah. And Ed can't respond right now on Twitter.
That's right. That's what fuck around and find out, Ed.
I don't think Ed's going to... I feel like Ed's not going to go to the Philly shows with us now.
Why? Because I just made fun of him?
No, because I think Twice is playing in the United States again.
Oh.
So, he has to go see Twice.
I mean, there's 2 of us.
Are we Twice?
We could be.
All right. Cool. Yeah, I mean, that's it.
Yep. Goodbye, everybody.
That's literally it. Did you buy anything?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, all right. Hit me with it, bro.
So I haven't bought anything from the ringside sale. Not a thing.
You didn't buy that Suzuki.
I didn't buy that Suzuki.
What are you doing?
How
much was it down to?
It was down to $30.
It's not part of the new sale. This is the one that
It's
they did
back
today.
up to $35.
Yeah.
It's been back up to $35 since last week. Here's the thing.
You said if it goes to $30,
I did.
You're buying it.
I did, and I had bought a bunch of other things this week.
Sure did.
And then, but the other thing is that I don't really like it.
Do you want to see mine in person? Do I need to bring it up and show
no.
you in person? Do you want to feel it?
He's way too beefy.
Listen,
It's way too beefy.
It's an action figure, brother.
It's way too beefy.
Let him be beefy. Let him be beefy.
Way too beefy.
Beefy boy.
But we'll see.
Beefy.
I think there's going to be another week or so of sales. I'm gunning for 25.
I don't know because it's still at 35.
It's at
the
35.
The newest sale that started today, they
Yeah.
didn't put it.
We'll
as
see what
part of
happens.
it.
We'll see what happens. But you know what? I'll wait till next year because it'll still be sitting there.
Probably.
So, but I did make some Edward Bay purchases this week. That one's not here yet. It's going to be here on Wednesday. Should I talk about it since it's not here?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
You bought it this week.
All right, so let me do this other one. I bought the Chara Pro Terry Funk. Finally won the auction. It's sitting in front of me.
Steal of a price.
Supposed to be steal of a price. Supposed to be the variant with the black hat and
Sure
the no
isn't.
stars on the tights.
Sure isn't.
And it sure isn't. So I have to return it. The guy said if he has another one, he's gonna swap it out for me. I'm not hopeful. Huge disappointment. Thought I was gonna have this great Terry Funk variant.
I'm not hopeful.
I don't.
For you.
So that counts, but doesn't count. The other thing I also bought. I gotta make sure you don't see my phone here because I did buy a birthday present or Christmas present, a birthday present. You are Jesus.
Damn it. Thank you.
It's just a smaller thing to round everything out.
Well, I got very happy because I got shipping notifications for 2 of your presents
Good.
today.
See, shouldn't buy me that many things. So,
Brother, that's what I do.
so I did win an auction from Jesus Christ from
damn.
pal Roy
Fuck did
Lucier.
that table come from?
Right? It's made of wood. Be careful. Major brother Roy. Roy is a wild human being.
I love that.
And I messaged him, and he messaged me back, and he said that he just doesn't have room to display stuff. So he's getting rid of it because he just doesn't want cool things sitting not displayed. He wants people to have them.
I like that. That's good mentality.
So I got what I think is a killer fucking steal of a deal on this.
So when you receive it in
Yeah.
the major group, you're gonna have to put it in that weekly purchases thread.
Yeah, for sure. Big props to Roy because
Yeah.
I just said, dude, like this isn't you cannot imagine this going to a better house.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'll tell you right here, I paid $26.
I was watching it when it was happening.
Yeah.
The final jump, I got nervous. I'm like, oh no.
It is the Superpower Series program from All Japan from August 31st of 1983,
Yes, sir.
which is the Terry Funk retirement show.
Yep.
Along with the program from that show, I got an unripped original ticket
It's fucking wild.
to the Terry Funk retirement show in 1983. It
Yep.
it is a little perforated corner to rip off. It is unripped.
Yeah.
It is stamped in the back. It is, and like Roy.
Fucking gorgeous, dude.
Roy is a reputable guy.
Yeah.
He told me that most of what he's getting rid of is these Japanese programs because he's so focused on lucha and he doesn't have a ton of room to display stuff.
I better not go look at his eBay store.
I could not be happier with this. Super pumped. I'm going to talk about it next week when it's here.
I'm so
Because I'm
excited
going to show it off. I think people grade tickets. If I'm going to get anything fucking graded, I'm going to get this.
That's
graded.
going to be tough.
Yeah.
Because there's no official markings,
that's
I
true.
guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, people do get their PSA
Yeah.
or graded
So,
tickets for PSA.
He's got my brother.
Don't show me that.
Tons of Gong magazines, Weekly Pro magazines from the 90s.
I can't. Listen,
Started
I'm already
at started
started
at
on a new fucking addiction.
Started at 99
I can't do this.
cents.
I can't do
Yeah.
it again.
Right.
I need to buy a fucking new house.
Yep. Starting at 99 cents. He's got some cool ones. He also has an original WCW 1998 Goldberg bumper sticker. So
That's kind of hilarious.
so I'm very excited about my Terry Funk purchases. Bummed that I didn't. Hopefully the guy has one, but I don't think he's going to.
My feeling is no, but I'm putting positive energy out
Let's see. Fingers crossed for me, everybody. That way I have the variant. And I can maybe upgrade from the Tony Kukoc of Terry Funk Collecting.
Fact.
Other than that, I bought some batteries.
Cool.
Yeah. That's, I think, really it for me. Those were 2 big time wrestling purchases.
I needed a new belt. So I bought a belt for my pants.
Okay, I like it.
That's it.
All right.
Didn't buy anything else.
No, you didn't buy anything from the ringside sale either?
No.
Right. No, that's not true. You didn't pre-order Despy?
No.
Oh, really?
No, because you motherfuckers are like talking me into waiting for shit now. And I'm so impatient. I'm a very impatient human being.
But here's the thing, though.
I'm very and yes, I think the Chase is cooler.
Yes.
I feel like I should probably go buy the Chase.
Because the Chase, the Suzuki Chase is gone.
Right. Yeah. And
right. It's stuck around for a little while, but that's gone now.
And I feel like I should probably go buy it.
Yeah.
I'm going to probably buy it tomorrow. Yeah, man. I don't know. My interests are so everywhere at this point in
You're
my
all
life,
over the place, brother.
where I'm like, I can't just focus on one thing right now. Like, I want everything. But I'm also like, I want nothing. Like, I don't know. I'm very weird right now. I'm gonna. My mindset is changing a lot.
All right, I like it.
Part of it was just like, I'm just gonna give like all my wrestling toys to Joe's nephew.
Okay.
But then I was like, no, I'm not doing that because I love them too much.
Yeah.
But I'm probably gonna make some cuts.
I feel a big purge coming on for me. Especially with a lot of the cooler comic stuff that's coming out.
And that's where I'm at too. Like my interest in a lot of these like cool ass like Marvel Legends figures and the DC figures, like I'm kind of like leaning towards a lot of those now.
Yeah.
Like all those X-Men 97 figures, I have the full first wave except for Bishop, still waiting for that to go on sale. But the whole wave 2 that they just announced is so fucking dope. And like, I'm kind of like, do I just want to focus my energy there for a while? But like that El Desperado's badass. And I love Despy. I'll own that, you know?
Yep.
I don't know. I'm in like a weird like I just want to get rid of all my shit, which I go through those phases.
Yes.
That's where Michelle got worried. She's like, "Are you sick?" Remember when I gave you all those records when you were at my house? I was like, "Take whatever you want," and she's like, "Are you sick?"
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like I don't know. I just feel like get everything away from me.
Yeah.
I feel like just unloading all my fucking shirts, just taking them on the Salvation Army.
Yeah.
Like just go away. I don't want anything right now.
It's nature healing, right? Because the pandemic really, it did it across the board. The companies are seeing it now.
Yeah.
Like the bubble burst.
Yeah.
And sort of people didn't have anything to do, so they filled the void. And the major brothers were real smart in sort of hyping that stuff up at the right time. I don't even know if they planned it, but it worked out for them. And it's sort of like, all right, well, I had this stuff. Like, you know, it can move on. Yeah. And let's see, because eventually you do run out of space and you're in a room and, you know, there's only so many things you can do.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like, there's only so much I want at this point. But it's funny that I looked at all the figures on my desk and I'm like, well, I want all these.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, do I really need, like, a Trent Beretta? But I was like, but if I get rid of them, then I don't have all the best friends. And plus, it's New Japan Trent with the longer hair. So I kind of want it. And I was looking at the John Silver one, and I was like, do I really fucking need a John Silver? And I was like, I kind of want it, though.
It's the Raw Dog.
It's the Meat Man, the Raw Dog. It reminds me of that first time we saw him at the show.
Right.
You know, it reminds me when he may or may not have worked in Chikara, and that's cool as shit. Like,
yeah.
So I'm going to have to sit down one of these days and just kind of, you know, like I think, okay, I have a Samoa Joe NXT figure and it's rocks, but this new Samoa Joe is real cool too. Do I need fucking both? I don't know.
Right.
Do I need like this awesome ass Sami Zayn NXT figure? Probably, because I don't think I'm going to buy a new one. I never bought a Kevin Owens figure, and kind of want one, just never bought one. But I don't know. There's just a lot of shit I want to like kind of purge out. I think. But then I know what's going to happen. I'm going to start going and go, I don't want to get rid of any of this. You know? I don't know. Who fucking knows?
Right.
Do you know?
Nope.
I don't fucking know.
All right.
I just want to replace it with a bunch of cool Marvel figures.
Right.
My interests are fucking nuts.
Yeah. Fucking nerd.
Fuck you, man.
All right. Well, let's get out of here then. I'm going to hit the plugs. Right? We ain't got nothing else to do.
No.
Thanks for listening, everybody. This has been We Need Wrestling. You can find us online at WeNeedWrestling.com, at We Need Wrestling on social media, or email the show, WeNeedWrestling@gmail.com. If you want to be in the running for the Tim Taylor question of the week, you can send your questions in. It doesn't just have to be Timsy that does it, but it's probably going to be Timsy who does it.
Timsy?
Because he's got a, he's got
listen, Tim, you worked yourself into a shoot there,
you
HH.
You did it to yourself. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
Love you, pal. So, proud member of Soon to Be Named Network at STBN Network on social media, soon-to-be-named-network.com, soon-to-be-named-network.tumblr.com. Again, we mentioned almost, I think, everybody on this show once over, but give a big shout out to Final Wrestling Place. Big shout out to Dwicky, who doesn't really have everything, but he's awesome and the best bench.
Dwicky has everything.
He's everything. You're right. Longbox Heroes After Dark, our other show, Wings on Wings. Profane Argument, Puzzle Warriors 3, Hayabusa, if that ever comes out again.
The November episode never dropped.
At Odds with Wrestling. Well, you didn't say which November.
That's true. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Just check all that out. Everybody's great. We're all a big happy family. Holidays coming up, so we'll see what happens. I think maybe, is it not next week, but the week after, we're going to be seeing Iron Claw.
Next weekend. So it'll be 2 shows from now, but there'll be an Iron Claw. We're going to get the Iron Claw sauce from Denny's, the Fritz von Erich sauce on our hamburgers. So fucking weird.
But they put the burger and then they give it the Iron Claw before they give it to you. But until then,
ew.
I don't know. How do we end these shows? What do we do? Do we still? I don't know.
I don't know. Thanks for for real. Actually, shout out to anybody who's been listening on YouTube. That's real fucking cool.
Look at that. I forgot to mention YouTube all the time.
Thank you so much.
Getting lots of comments in the cultivating the Terry Funk stuff that I do.
That's awesome.
I've been trying to improve those clips a little bit with audio and a little bit visual.
I mean, listen, thank you anybody who's been checking out anywhere. We really appreciate it. But
fuck you if you don't listen on YouTube.
But I've been seeing the YouTube stuff. And thank you guys for,
for sure.
People commenting and shit. Like, that's always cool.
Yeah, it's cool. We like to see it. So...
Other than that, I don't know, man.
That's it. We can just leave. We don't have to say anything.
No?
No, we can just leave. This is our show. We can do whatever we want.
It's 12:01 a.m.
Do you know where your kids are?
Nope.
You're listening to the soon-to-be-named network, the Lamborghini of podcast networks.
Knock it off, nerds.
Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. How many roads have I traveled with Terry Funk? How many beatings have we gave each other the night this thing has to come to an end? Inside this steel cage, the American Dream, the Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour. Terry Funk, Dusty Rhodes, the longest running feud in the industry. And it ain't gonna be pretty tonight, so I'm telling you, when you see this cage go up, you better take a deep seat and a faraway look, like they say in the old rodeo house. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, is going to put it on Terry, get funky like a monkey right here tonight.